to town at Tom's Express. We have our open and dry tunnels, easy load, flat-out conveyor, our unique membership, and free vacuums and hand washers. Try our best wash, the works, with red hot cleanser, tire gloss, and ceramic body wax to protect your detail and seal your shine. Try it for yourself. Get your first month of our new washing free when you download the app. Experience the difference and visit Tom's Express today.
Welcome to Vandegrift Vipers Football on the Vype Live Network. Presented by our Playmaker sponsors, Independence Title, Wayne Weigelt with State Farm, and Chicken Express at 4 Points. Vandegrift Vipers Football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our Black Level sponsors, Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. And our White Level sponsors, Amanda Newman Interiors, Austin Dental, Card My Yard, Floor Coverings International, Rudy's Barbecue, Texas Family Physicians, Texas Malibu, and Tiff's Treats. And now, along with Hank Hudson and Matt Sanders, here's the voice of the Vipers, Merle Bertrand.
Well, good evening and welcome to Vandegrift Vipers Football on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live from Hutto Memorial Stadium in Hutto, Texas, as the Vipers look to climb into a tie for the district lead against the surprising Hutto Hippos. I'll be joined once again tonight by lifetime Viper Matt Sanders. He's on our way here. If you're stuck in traffic, you know what he's been dealing with. Brian Spiels will be down on the sideline, but he's joined us up here in the booth. Hank Hudson is out tonight. Christina Weber-Bertrand, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast. And Brian, first of all, thanks for sitting in up here in the booth until Matt can get here. But We're so used to Vandegrift just kind of steamrolling everybody in the district. Yes, they're playing for a share of the league tonight, but for the first time in a while, this game against the Hutto Hippos isn't an automatic W for the Vipers. Hutto's been a 500 team the past couple of years, but they bring in a new coach, former North Crawley offensive coordinator Eli Reinhardt, and the Hippos are rolling, especially on offense.
Absolutely, Merle, and it's always nice to be out here. They've done such a great job with this press box and field, and you got one of the best seats in the house, but the wind is picking up out here, so it's going to get interesting, and like you mentioned before, this is a really good Hutto team we have tonight, and it's going to be a nice challenge for our Vipers, and excited to get this one going.
Yeah, and we're going to get underway an hour early with the weather coming in. Brian just mentioned the weather. Storms expected tonight. Looks pretty good right now, but, man, I can see the wind really gusting across outside of the press box window. And this would have been a terrifying game for the Vipers to start the season, knowing what we know now about this Hutto offense. But the defense just keeps improving. They're shutting down their opponents. So not quite as terrifying, but you have to respect what Hutto's going to do on offense tonight.
Absolutely, yes. They bring a lot of weapons. I know they got a couple of really good wide receivers, a good running back. Their offense seems to be clicking pretty well. But like you said, the Viper defense is getting better and better every week. We've got some new guys jumping in here, and they're still doing a good job. So it's going to be excited to see how they hold up, and looking forward to it.
Well, I'll bring up the district standings here before I let Brian go and make his way down the sideline. You can see it's all still right there for the Vipers. A win tonight will put Vandegrift into a tie with Hutto, where they'll be joined by McNeil if the Mavericks take care of Cedar Ridge, who is all but mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. A loss by the Vipers or McNeil tonight would nearly clinch the district title for Hutto and would drop Vandegrift into a probable four-way tie with Idle Round Rock and very likely Vista Ridge, who's playing at Maynard tonight. That's four closely packed teams battling for 3 playoff spots, or 5 teams battling for 4, however you want to talk about it. One really, really good team is going to be really ticked in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, this district is really heating up right now, and like you just said, it is so close, and we're in for a good finish, I'll tell you that much. So this is a big one tonight, and looking forward to seeing the Vipers come out here and see what they bring, so it should be a fun atmosphere.
Well, we're going to let you head down to the sideline and get with the people out there. Thanks for sitting in, and we'll talk to you at halftime.
Absolutely. Thank you, Merle. See you soon.
Awesome job. Brian Spiele is making his broadcast booth debut, I guess. There you go. So that sets the table here. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Vipers head coach Drew Sanders, get his thoughts on Vandegrift's impressive win over Maynard last week, and get his thoughts on tonight's huge matchup with the Hutto Hippos. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our way is Chicken E, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E, gotta have their sweet tea.
And we're pleased to be joined once again on the pregame show by the head coach of the Vandegrift Vipers, Coach Drew Sanders. And Coach, before we get started, on behalf of the entire Viper community, I wanted to wish you a happy belated 29th birthday.
Yeah, I don't remember 29, but thank you for that. It was a good day, always fun, and the team sang me happy birthday in the weight room, so that was nice. And yeah, good day. So now we're on to the Hutto Hippos.
Well, what I've learned is the older you get, you start using metric years. It just sounds a little bit better.
Okay, I like that. I'll start doing that.
Well, it wasn't a surprise really, but still had to be gratifying to you and the guys on the coaching staff of the Vipers to jump out with 28 points in the first quarter against Maynard and really overwhelm the Mustangs before they could really get started.
Yeah, and we thought that's what we should have done. Me and you both have. We've been around each other a long time. There have been games where I thought that heading into it, and man, it's a dogfight. They have enough talent to make that. Mm-hmm. And so very, very nice to see us do that and dominate them. And And a lot of guys got to play, a lot of guys got to score, so it was fun.
You might have led into the next question, but you mentioned in the postgame talking to Brian that you got what you wanted out of that game. And sometimes those kind of games are hard to get anything out of just because of the talent disparity. What did you mean by that? What did you see besides just the score and that kind of thing?
Well, we wanted to start fast. We wanted to dominate. We did that. That's one. Number two, we wanted to play a lot of guys. We did that. I think we got everybody in different amounts of plays, but that's all. It's hard to do that with as many guys as we have. About 50 seniors again this year. And then we got out fairly healthy, still have some bumps and bruises that we're dealing with and have dealt with the whole season, but got out fairly healthy. And so, yeah, and then we got the extra day of rest. That was excellent. And then and just been preparing really hard and making sure we're at our best we can be for the Hutto Hippos.
I thought it was kind of crazy looking over the stats. 6 rushing touchdowns by 5 different running backs. Your JV Black guy is the leading rusher on the team. How cool was that for him and the other JV players to get a chance to Friday night? How important was that for them? How important was it for your starters to get some rest?
Yeah, we had several JV Black guys up. We had some backups that hadn't gotten to touch the ball as much. Yeah, Evan had a great run. That's the JV Black running back you're talking about, Evan Williamson. He had a great run. And then we ended up, he kind of let him carry there right at the end. He got us that far, so might as well let him have the touchdown. You know, he was very excited. Great young man. And it's fun also for you and for the fans to get to kind of see some of our future players as they are trying to get into their groove. And next year, you know, they'll be the man for us next season. So that was fun. And then, of course, get some seniors some touches. You know, I was thinking about Ryan Miller. We threw him a screen, and that was exciting to get to see him. He deserves that. He's such a hard worker, and that was fun to see him get all excited. The sideline, you should have seen the sideline, how excited they got. And multiple different guys caught the ball, got in. We had several pancakes. Weston Temple had one of the best pancakes I've seen in a long time on their starting nose guard, and so he was really proud of it. I'm sure it's like his Twitter header or new picture, or whatever else, what they have these days, Instagram or whatever. So anyway, yeah, proud of that and excited, and it was always a good night to get a win.
Well, on the other side of the ball, defense held the Mustangs to just over 100 total yards of offense. I know they're struggling a little bit this year, but it's still a 6A program. How gratifying was that for the defense to step up and shut them down? Yeah, our defense has actually been getting better and better and better this year, and then to be able to do that without a couple of key guys, in addition to, I thought they kept their number one offense in the whole game. And so when they scored there at the end, I thought our number 2 and 3 defense did a phenomenal job of making them drive the entire field. I know they scored. At the same time, they had to earn every yard. Right. And so that's the kind of stuff I look for when some of my guys that hadn't played much are in. And so pleased with that side of the ball, too. And now, as Monty Python used to say, now for something completely different, you go from Maynard to the Hutto Hippos. Hutto's been around a 500 club the past 3 or 4 years. Obviously not the case this year, 6-0, 5-1 in the district. Talk about the Hippos a little bit. Yeah, they lost their first game to San Marcos, and then undefeated in district. Round Rock beat Round Rock by 2. That was a very close game. Cedar Ridge was a close game for a while. Other than that, they've played pretty explosively on offense, and then they play solid defense too. Got a new coach from the Dallas area. I've gotten to meet him a couple of times. Great guy, does a very good job. Great. He's an offensive mind. Was from North Crowley, but he'd been in the Austin area before. But defensively, they have a very athletic secondary and linebacking core. Big up front, especially one defensive end. Big up front. Excuse me. And offensively, that's where all their D1 players are. In fact, well, one of their D1 players, in fact, a couple of them play both ways, but one particular, number 1. But they've got 2 really talented receivers and a returning starter at quarterback, number 5. And then they've got a D1 tailback, number 0. And so they are stretching the field with all of their talent. And on top of that, I already mentioned this, but the head coach is an offensive coach, and so does a phenomenal job of mixing tempo with different formations, and you will see the ball thrown down the field. They love to throw the ball down the field, and rightfully so. They've got a quarterback with a big arm, and they've got a couple of
really top-end fast receivers. And so you'll definitely see the secondary and the safety getting some work this week, which is good. Hopefully we can survive and make some plays, which I think we will. But it's going to be a great game.
I stuck around in a state of shock after the championship game last year while you guys were out partying and celebrating. I watched that North Crowley game against Westlake, and they absolutely shredded them. Are you surprised that Coach Reinhardt has immediately turned Hutto around so quickly?
Not really. I mean, he has a good scheme, one. He's a good coach, two. And then the cupboard was not bare at Hutto, and they had this move-in kid from Elgin that was the district MVP. And so that definitely helps anytime you get a district MVP move in. So that's the number 2 jersey receiver. Also can play some quarterback. So when now you've got a 3-headed monster, anytime you have a 3-headed monster, it's way harder to defend than a 2-headed monster. And that sounds really dumb, but that's just the facts on defense. They can, like I said, stretch you vertically, stretch you horizontally, and that creates seams. And so that's what defense is always trying to stop, right? Is creating seams in your defense. So, no, I'm not surprised at all, especially after I met him and started talking to him. He does a good job. He's going to be a head coach and going to be a successful head coach either at Hutto or somewhere else, or where, who knows where his career takes him, but I can tell immediately that he's going to do a very good job.
Well, not the first time this year, certainly not the first time over the past couple of years that the Vipers have faced a team that's averaging 40-plus points per game, but they're also giving up a lot of points. Does that kind of not make them less intimidating, but you kind of know how to handle that kind of explosive offense a little bit?
I mean, we do take pride in trying to limit the explosive offenses we've played. So if we can do that, that definitely is going to give us a chance to win the game, because not many people have been able to do that. And then, they are giving up. I think they're giving up about 28 points a game or something like that, 28 or 30. I'm not quite sure. But I think just the way that the games go, it's giving their defense a lot of chances to have to be on the field because they score quickly.
Right.
So I don't know if it'll be that kind of game or not, because if we can stop them every once in a while, then their defense is also rested too. And so it'll be interesting to see the total after the game, because I'm really not quite sure what the total is going to look like, because we have played some good defense. Obviously, this is a good test, and I believe in our guys and our plan. So we'll see if we can step up.
Well, you're coming off a week where you've got an extra day of rest with the game last week being on Thursday night, and the starters maybe played a half a game on that one. So we talked a little bit about all the injuries this team has had, but in terms of rest and that kind of thing, are you probably as fresh as you ever been this part of the season?
Yeah, I think we're fresh. That helped. Some of the injuries that I have, won't be back the rest of the year. Some won't be back for a few more weeks. It just depends on that's an individual case-by-case thing. But it definitely helped to get an extra day of rest and come back and ready to go for this regular season push, 3 games with 3 really tough opponents.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to have that 3 games left, and Vipers really having to fight for it this year. It should be a lot of fun, Coach. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Merle.
Vandegrift Vipers head coach Drew Sanders, a guest here on the pregame show. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
The singing of our national anthem will be performed by the Hutto High School Choir with members of the Farley, Hutto, and Gus Almquist Middle School Choir programs.
All right, a great rendition of the national anthem by the choir. Matt Sanders has made it here through the traffic, and Matt, I was just thinking, watching the color guard down in the field. Brian Spiels talked about it a few minutes ago. The wind has picked up. You could really see it. Those poor flag bearers down there, they were hanging out for dear life.
Yeah, the wind is high today. There's a big storm brewing. That's why the game was moved up. So hopefully that doesn't affect the game too much. But both of these offenses have shown to be high-powered. This Hutto offense is averaging, I believe, 45 points on the season. And we know what this Vandegrift offense can do. So I feel like any time where we get a potential shootout, there's some sort of something in the air. The wind, maybe the weather tonight, maybe limits that a little bit. But, man, these are two good offenses facing each other. And we'll see how affected they are by the elements tonight.
Well, and here we are a week before Halloween, week number, 9, I guess, of the season, our 8th game of the season. Really the first time we've had to worry about the weather at all. And, like you said, starting an hour early because the storms are rolling in, and hopefully we can get this game in. But it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams handle this.
Yeah, this is, honestly the first game of the season that I feel like we haven't had pretty good conditions to play in. It's one of those things that you don't really think about too much. You're like, it shouldn't affect us. We're just going to go out there and play our game. But elements like this can have an effect on what you decide to do. The deep balls may be a little off, maybe caught in the wind. So it sometimes limits your play calling a little bit depending on the weather. So we'll see if that hinders either offense tonight.
And something else to keep an eye on. The band is not here tonight. They were not unable to make the trip. So we've got an early start. So it's still daylight out. The band isn't here. It almost feels like a JV atmosphere here.
Yeah,
and there's so much at stake for this game.
Disappointing that the band didn't make it. I didn't know they couldn't hear. And as a player that, again, the band brings such a good environment to the game. So a challenge that the Vipers already, they're on the road. They're going to have to, road games are already hard to kind of get up, get going, and get ready to play mentally and kind of get your guys going. Now without that band as part of the atmosphere, you really have to bring your own energy. And I think that it's going to be a big test for this team that you have to kind of get your guys going, get ready to play. Without that boost, that sideline jumping, get the blood flowing. If they come out to a slow start, that's a dangerous thing in an environment like this where you don't have a lot of those extra things to get momentum back on your side.
Well, especially with that 6 o'clock start, a lot of people are still at work or just coming from work fighting through the same traffic that you fought through, so it makes a tough road game even tougher. Well, the Vipers will get the football first, so that's really not a good omen. They'll have the win at their back for the first quarter, but Vandegrift likes to get the defense on the field first, but it is what it is. And the kicker out there for Hutto is Matthias Aguiar.
And they got this weird little kickoff here. They have 3 kickers, and this is something they do kind of normal. They do a lot of weird.
And it's an onside kick to get things started with the high hop, and good hands there. That ball was in the air forever. And who came up with it for Vandegrift? It was a good hand, but Tobias Gray, the sure-handed defensive back. So Hutto trying to flip the script early with an onside kick, and the Vipers will take over first down and 10 with great field position.
Yeah, this is just something they do, Merle. It's all year long they have these weird kickoffs. Right there you saw the triple kicker. You're not really sure which way it's going to go. Vandegrift has probably seen a lot of these different kicks on film and prepped it all week for special teams. We're going to see that all night. I mean, opening kickoff is an onside. You're going to see that won't be the only onside of the entire night. I can promise you that. It's what they've done all year.
First down at the 44-yard line. Swung out from Teodecki to the right side, to the 5th, across the midfield, and down to the 46-yard line. A little swing pass to Brock Shilton to get things started, and that'll be a 9-yard pickup, second down and 1.
That's a way to get the offense moving, and they're going high tempo here.
Yes. Take advantage of the wind at their back. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Toss sweep right side. And this is going to be Moore. It's going to have the first down inside the 45 down to the 43. So a good start here for the Vandegrift offense. Lights are on here. Cloudy skies, gusty wind. And we had a heck of a time getting connected to the internet. It took almost 45 minutes for it to settle in. It's probably the stormy weather, so we'll keep an eye on it as best we can. Trips to the near side for Vandegrift.
Hard count. A little bit of flinching from the Hutto defense, but no flag.
This Hippo defense giving up 27.3 points per game. Hand off to Moore up the middle. Big hole inside the 40. Spins down to about the 37-yard line. And still Rugby piling it forward. They haven't stopped yet.
And this offense is moving early.
Yeah, 7-yard pickup.
This is one of the things that, talking with Coach throughout the week, that the Hutto defense really isn't great against the run. And with how good our offensive line is this year, and when all of our backs are healthy, this run game is extremely lethal when you have all of them. So I'm expecting a heavy dose of that tonight. because it really isn't the strength of this defense. They're a little better in the pass coverage in the back end.
The receiver to the right, and a handoff. Going to try a reverse little flea picker here. Teodecki got a receiver wide open to the 10, to the 5, and then at the end zone, touchdown. Double reverse flea picker, Marshall Leinenberger. As Hank likes to say, none of his catches are routine, and he catches that one off of a double reverse flea flicker.
I mean, that was probably his most normal-looking pass you could get off the, off the flea flicker. Love to see that. So even when he gets a regular catch, it's weird. Merle.
Right,
like you said, I love the wrinkle. This defense is not expecting it all after two of the back-to-back run play chunks, so you're definitely more keyed in on the run there. And they get the defense biting on some misdirection. Really nice play by the Viper offense.
While Olsen on for the extra point. He's 19 out of 19 on the season. Good snap and hold. Kick is up, and the kick is between the uprights. So it took the Vipers exactly 89 seconds to get the first 7 points of the game. What I like about that, obviously, aside from the results, Matt, that wind is gusting.
Yep.
And Teodecki took his time. The ball didn't sail on it. It was perfectly delivered.
Yep. That's a mark of a good quarterback, even in the elements, delivering those throws accurately. And right there, he knew his wide receiver's wide open. No need to rush the throw at all.
Right.
A little bit of an underthrow because there's no need to lead the receiver there. He is wide open. So really nice throw by Teodecki and a really smart decision there to just kind of like lay it up. Nice little layup pass.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a 30-plus yard pass downfield, so nothing's quite a layup, but definitely not needing to kind of fit it in a bucket there. No defenders. So really nice job by him.
And so many moving parts in a play like that. The handoff to Brown. Brown got it to the receiver coming across, and the good toss back to Teodecki, the protection up front. A lot has to go right on a play like that, and the Vipers execute it perfectly. Now,
the Vipers have a little bit of a kickoff wrinkle of their own.
This Viper defense gave up 41 points to Dripping Springs in the first game. Since then, the average has dropped down to 14.4 points per game, 269 yards per game, and it keeps plummeting. Going up against a Hutto offense is scoring 41.4 points per game. So we'll see how they do here as Olsen. Kickoff. Wind at his back. It's going to sail to the 4-yard line. The fair catch call for made. And senior quarterback Caden Stefik will lead out the offense. 111 out of 182, 1,730 yards, 23 touchdowns, but he's thrown 5 interceptions. So if he makes a mistake, especially early with the wind in his face, this Viper defense can take advantage of that.
Yeah, this is a high-powered offense, so I think this is one of, and it seems like the story of this district. A lot of high-powered offenses, not the best defenses statistically. But the Vipers last couple weeks have really locked down these elite offenses, and I've been really impressed with how they've grown and how they're playing over the course of the whole season. So this is another great test for this Viper defense to get better and show they're legit.
Hand off to Chavy's in the backfield. He's going to be hit the line of scrimmage, bounces forward, and knocked down for just a short yard pickup. Looked like, was that number 30 on the stop?
I think it was number 10.
Number 10, okay.
Thomas Foot on the tackle.
I mean, I have no excuse for not being able to read those numbers, but yeah, you're right. Thomas Foot there on the stop, a 1-yard pickup. The running back, Keelan Chavy's, averaging 6.9 yards per carry. Picks up 1 in that play, 2nd down and 9 from the 26-yard line. Stefik dropping back, swing pass right side, thrown behind him, but he made the nice catch and steps out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
On the spot.
Got to give him a good spot.
First.
Yep, first down.
Kind of stepped out right around that first down marker, and so depending on who your ref is and stuff, they're either going to give that to you or mark you just an inch short. So give them the first. And this is what makes this offense so dangerous. They have so many great weapons.
Yep.
Number 0, Keelan Chavy's. Number 1, Jaden Fields. And number 2, Dylan Owens. Kind of the three-headed monster for this offense, and all Division I type players.
Empty back set. Pass over the right side, complete on the edge to the 40-yard line. Breaks a tackle across the 45, still on his feet, across midfield to the Viper 49-yard line. Good catch by Jaden Fields, who Matt just mentioned, one of the leading receivers. And Hutto trying to answer right back.
Yeah, there's Fields right there. He also plays defense for them. So
right.
That just shows how great of an athlete he is. He can play defensive back for you, and he'll play on the offensive side of the ball. And a little bit of a Travis Hunter two-way player right there, and more common in high school, of course. And Hutto coming out and empty.
He receives the left, pressure coming from the edge. Stefik steps up, fires over to the middle, got a receiver open to the 25-yard line, breaks free to the 20, to the 15, and inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. It was Fields again. And Hutto wasting no time getting themselves into the red zone.
Man, this is why this offense has averaged 45 points. I mean, plenty of time back there in the pocket and an empty set. Their O-line is big and can provide time for this quarterback. And all he needs is a little bit of time to get to one of these 3 deadly weapons he has in the offense that once you get the ball in their hands, they're going to make plays. So the Viper defense has a tall task of slowing down these weapons, finding ways to kind of throw a hitch in their plan.
First down from the 7-yard line. Hand up to Chavey. He's off right guard, and he's going to be stacked up at about the 5-yard line. Falls forward near the goal line, though. Good push. Second down, a goal coming up from the 1. Didn't look like much after the handoff, but he somehow managed to get 4 yards out of it, and they're going quickly.
He needs to turn the legs, and they're fast tempo here.
Give it to him again up the middle. Starts up the middle, bounces right, and runs right into the Viper defense. Good play there by Parker Davis, the senior linebacker.
There, followed up by Thomas Foote. And number 23, Colt Stevens, sophomore defensive back, who has been getting more play over the last couple weeks with some injuries and stuff, and it's really cool to see these young guys really come out and make an impact. So he's now 3rd and about 3 here. Yeah,
that was a nice play because it shoved him back a couple yards. This is a big 3rd down coming up here for the Hippos.
Much needed. I mean, they got it here really fast, but if the Vipers can hold strong and only give up 3, huge statement for this defense.
Wildcat to Dylan Owens. In a quarterback. He's going to take himself up the middle, and he is not going to get there. He's going to get maybe to the 1, and Vipers stood him up, and then Parker Davis came in from behind him, grabbed around the waist, and flung him backwards. It is 4th down. What do you do here if you're Hutto?
Followed by, Parker Davis. It looks like the entire Vandegrift defense around that tackle. We'd love to see that. Love to see the swarm. They marked him at the 2, so you got a little bit of ways to go than just 1 yard here.
Right.
So this is a little bit of a harder call. You can't just,
Boy,
2.5 yards is a far distance in this situation down here at the goal line. So it is 4th. They're keeping the offense on the field.
Play clock's ticking down. They might take it down and call a timeout here to think this over. Yeah, they're not going to get a play off.
Yeah, coach, hand on his hips. He's waiting. Going to call a last-second timeout. That's it's early in the game. You don't usually use all 3 in the first half. So this is a big play of the game. Definitely want to call a timeout, talk it over. And with calling a timeout there, it usually means, hey, we've got a little play that we're going to talk over, make sure we're going to do offensively. So this is some major drama only 5 minutes into this one. And this is kind of what I was expecting. Both these offenses are so good. And I had not seen Hutto play at all yet up to this season. I had just heard how good this offensive unit was. And after that first drive, I see why. So explosive, so many weapons. And not many people talked about their offensive line unit, but so far in this drive, I've been pretty impressed with the time they've given their quarterback just to be able, because all he needs is a couple seconds to distribute to these weapons, and they just take the ball and can go and get all the yak in the world. So impressed with their offense so far on this drive. But
it's interesting. They exploded the big chunk plays early in the drive. When it gets closer to the goal line, when it tightens up, and there's more bodies in the compressed area, that's when the Viper defense is making their stand here. They've got to do it for one more play.
Yeah, this is something we've seen the Viper defense do for years. Stiffen up right here at this goal line, made so many great plays. And this one is their first opportunity of the game. Let's see if they can keep the Hippos out of the end zone here.
Stepping in the shotgun, Chavy's to his left. 4th down, a goal from the 2. Hand up, and he is not going to get there. He's going to lose 5 yards. Holy smokes. First one there was Gavin Law and friends on the Viper defense. You talk about bend but don't break.
Wrapped up by the long arm of the Law. Gavin Law comes in, destroys the front. And, look at that Viper defense over there on the sideline just going crazy. That is a huge stop. And we talked about creating your own momentum, no ban, not many fans here because of an away game. Also moved up an hour. That's how you get your team jumping. You're out to a 7-0 lead and you just had a goal line stop.
Right.
They're feeling on cloud 9 right now in terms of momentum. So the Viper offense has a great opportunity to keep it moving here.
That's right.
Put up if any sort of points on the board here, even a field goal would be great in terms of just kind of controlling the pace of this game.
It was 2nd and goal from the 1. They turn it over on downs back to the 5, so they lost 4 yards on the next 3 plays. Vipers take over, 1st down and 10 from their own 5-yard line, win at their back. Teodecki in the shotgun. Hand off right tackle, bounce to the outside, and Moore is going to get out to about the 8, a little bit more breathing room. Miles Teodecki, 8 out of 11, 184 yards and about a half of football last week with a touchdown. He's up to 110 out of 172, 1,331 yards on the season, 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. The Viper offense putting it together now. They're up over 30 points per game. They were struggling early, but the offensive numbers are going up. The defensive numbers are coming down. That's what you want to see this time of the year. 2nd and 7. Teodecki, handoff again. Left side. Out across the 10 to the 15. A big collision. Moore lowers a boom and gets it out of the 18-yard line. I think he's tired of us talking about how Sam Brown and Ryan Brower are the ones who like delivering the punishment.
right there. He just lowers his shoulder, and you don't see that. You see a lot of cuts from Moore. That's more of his running style, but right there delivering some power at the end of his run. And the Viper offense is now kind of out of that really scary territory, backed up in the own zone. Now you can kind of breathe, open up your full playbook here, and just get a drive going.
Teodecki in the shotgun. First down and 10 from the 18. Play action this time. Slant pattern to Chilton at the 30. Spins free to the 35. Breaks free again and all the way across the 41-yard line. Beautiful play fake. Great route by Chilton and a good run after the catch.
I mean, that's why he's the number one man for this offense right now, why he wears number one. The ball does such a great route, great cut, wide open as soon as he breaks, and then just continues to just make people miss and shrug off tackles to get a couple extra yards there.
First down at the 41-yard line. Handoff up the middle and breaking tackles at the 45 to the 48-yard line. Hard running again up the middle by Justin Moore. The Hog Mollies in Hank Hudson's absence are clearing the road.
Yeah, this offensive line unit has been so solid all year long and has just continued this game to, I mean, we're getting in chunks on the ground, and again, kind of the weakness of this Hippo defense. And so you see the Viper offense continue to go back to this run game over and over and over again.
Gain of 6, second down and 4 from the 47. Swing pass left side to Chilton on the edge. Gets a block on the edge across the 50 and into Hutto territory just across midfield. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Good tackle in the open field by Briggs Bunhook, a senior linebacker.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 here. And
here comes the beef. Brar and Alex Paulson, a sophomore tight end.
Brar coming in, who has, over the last couple weeks, has earned this power back short yardage role.
Yep.
At the start of the season, Vipers kind of struggled, which wasn't like them on these short situations, and then you bring in Brar, and all of a sudden they're picking it up almost every single time.
And he's going to get the carry, and the second effort got him there. The first hit at the line of scrimmage, and he was short. He kept the legs driving, Matt, and just spun into the first down.
I was worried. I cursed him immediately. I was like, hey, they've been really successful since he's been involved. Really nice play by the edge defender of the Hippos coming off and immediately contacting him before he could even get back to line of scrimmage, but Brar, so good at keeping those legs churning, and a false forward for the first keeps this drive alive.
4.5 to go first quarter. Vipers up 7-0, looking for more. First down and 10 at the Hippo 48-yard line. Teodecki, handoff again, Moore. Off the left side, big collision at the 45 and knocked down at about the 43, gain of about 5. First man there for Hutto was Phoenix Arizola.
Again, little wrinkle in the motion there. Catching this Hutto defense off guard. We had a tackle motion before that play started. Had a number 77, Carter Mannon, moving all over the place across formation, and just to get favorable matchups there in the run game.
Two receivers right in the stick formation. And Teodecki, quarterback draw, right up the middle, big hole, 35-30, inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. That is something he is doing more and more as the game's getting more and more important.
Vipers going fast here. Got a big chunk play, and this is kind of what they've done so far all night long. You get a big gain, and they just immediately line up, have a play ready to go.
Trips wide right, first down 10 to the 30. Swing pass right side to Chilton. 2 blockers in front of him, the 25 to the 20, and out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. That'll be a 10-yard pickup and another Viper first down. Man, this is impressive.
Yeah, this is obviously, it's about 6 minutes have gone off the clock here, or more than 6 minutes, 12-minute quarters here, but it feels like this game there's so much has happened. It's such a fast-paced game right now.
Trips now to the near side as Matt gets back out of college mode. Hand off to Moore, up the middle again. Breaking tackles inside down to about the 16-yard line. He'll gain 4. Remember, this drive started after the turnover on downs on the Viper 5. And they have, to quote Hank Hudson, matriculated down the field nicely.
They are matriculating, whatever that means.
It just sounds good. I just like saying it.
Hey, whatever it means.
My cat matriculates. I don't even know what she's doing. Toss sweep right side to Moore on the edge to the 15 to the 10 and inside the 10 down to the 9. That'll be another first down and goal for Vandegrift.
And they are just rolling, staying ahead of the sticks. Again, going fast. They're getting these first downs. It seems like they already have kind of a play ready to go after they pick up a first.
Teodecki, toss sweep again right side to Moore. Why not? And this time it's going to be stacked up at about the 7, gain of about 2, but still positive yardage. Second down and goal from the 7.
Yeah, like that look again. So sometimes, if you just got a big gain on a play, really looks good again. They haven't really adjusted the way they're lining it up. You just have a little call. Sometimes just something that makes you go fast. Same exact play again.
One receiver right, two to the near side for Teodecki. Brown in the backfield now with him. Play action, looking. Fade pattern, left side of the end zone. Oh, off the fingertips of Brock Chilton. He was open, but that one may have sailed just a little bit. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, it's a hard throw. The opposite corner of the end zone from where you're aligned and where you're throwing. And that is just a little bit out of the field of play. On target, but just out of bounds there. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 7. You've driven about 90 yards at this point. You feel kind of disappointed if you don't get a touchdown here.
Quick pass right side and little miscommunication there on the timing. Oh, that's going to be a unsportsmanlike going to be called here on Vandegrift away from the play. On the U of Hutto in the end zone, the Hutto defender fell down, and one of the Vipers, I don't know if he lost his footage, but he fell right on top of him in front of the official, and that's going to push him back 16 yards.
Not an intentional. That was not an accidental fall, Merle. That was Isaac
I was
Scott
trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Serving up some pancakes there. Absolute punishing block. Every time I see this young kid, I mean, just a sophomore offensive lineman, and he looks like he's one of the biggest dudes out there still.
Yeah.
He is just punishing people. Obviously, right there. I'll tell you this, I'm biased. I see a penalty like that. I'm fine with that. I love to see that every day of the week.
Well, the good news is it wasn't after the play, so it's still 3rd down. Vipers can get this a little closer and try a field goal if nothing else. It's 3rd and goal from the 22-yard line after that penalty.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, now it is 4th down. It was after the fact.
So it was after the fact. That's why I was getting confused on it. That penalty has to be after the fact. If it's way you call that a pancake if it's within the play. So a little bit pancake tapping after the whistle, what the ref saw, and so backs them up, and they're going to kick their field goal here.
This will be a 39-yard that would tie his season long. Talking about Wiley Olsen, he's 2 out of 2 with the long with 39. This one's a 39-yarder from the right hash. Wind at his back. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. It's got the leg. Did he get it through? Looks good from here. No, missed it right. And then a flag comes in after the play.
Let's see what this flag is. It looks like the Vipers are pointing that it's on Hutto. There was a little bit of a rush. Maybe they came off the edge early or bumped.
The flag came in kind of late, like maybe a roughing or something like that.
Yeah, let's see what Coach talking to the ref here.
The result of the play is an unsuccessful field goal. Ref have running into kicker, defense, number 7.
Okay.
I picked out enough to say 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So 4th down, running into the kicker, so it's not
not a roughing.
So
That's
it
what he was saying.
automatically give you a new set of downs. But it moves you closer and gives you another shot at this one. And Olsen's been so good as a kicker throughout his career, so definitely I'm sure he enjoys getting a retry here from a little bit of a closer distance.
So this one will be a 33-yarder. Good snap and hold. Olsen drills it and takes advantage of the second chance.
Yeah, that one looked good from up here, but with the angles, you never know. And there we go. And that is a huge penalty. That allows you to re-kick there. Right. Now you're up 2 possessions, 10-0. And we talked about right before the penalty, I was a little disappointed that you don't get a touchdown after marching 95 yards, but you're still up 2 possessions. And I take it back. I like to see the pancake. I think the flag, in my opinion, as an offensive lineman, I'm a little biased. It's a little soft at the end of the play. But throw that flag there. But just let the kids get some pancakes,
right?
Bro. I mean, come on. This is a sophomore offensive lineman playing varsity football and just punishing people. Love to see that.
So 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Vipers off to a quick 10-0 start.
Vipers get to kick off here. 10-0. This is probably as good of a start as you can ask for in a situation like this. Starting that drive on their own 5-yard line, they march 90 yards, get kind of stalled out, then the penalty, and then they finish it off with a nice field goal from Olsen. So putting yourself up 2 possessions against a team that really is kind of, they're known for their offense. So being up 2 of those scores makes a big difference in a game like this when right now it's looking like both offenses are going to be able to move the ball.
And the kickoff is drilled into and out of the end zone. So Hutto will start their second drive of the night. First down 10 at their 25-yard line. They took their first one all the way down to the Viper 1 and were turned away. So let's see how the second one goes. The other good thing about that nice long offensive drive, the coaches had a chance to sit down with the defense, said, this is what they're doing, this is what you need to do to respond.
Yeah, and I'm sure the defense appreciates a nice rest after that one. And they get a chance to, obviously you come with a huge stop on the goal line, chance here to maybe not even let them get that close.
So trips wide left, first down 10 to the 25-yard line, dropping back, looking. Stefik pass over to the right side, complete to the 33-yard line and dropped almost immediately, but a nice gain of about 8 yards. Tackle made by Brady Sternick as Jaden Fields on the catch. Second down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of these very simple passing concepts. You know, there's these little quick hitches, quick hits, quick outs to their main man, number one, Jaden Fields, because he can turn those quick 5-yard routes, those 5-yard little catches to bigger explosive plays just because of the type of player he is. So you don't need to do anything fancy. Just get him the ball.
Trips wide left. Second down and 2 from the 33-yard line. Dropping back, Stefik swing pass the left side to the 30, to the 35, bounce to the outside of the 40 and tripped up at the 42-yard line. Good looking play to pick up about 9 yards on the play. First down for Hutto.
It's number 0, Keelan Chavez.
Yeah, a little wheel right out of the backfield there.
The running back of this three-headed monster. Haven't yet to see Dylan Owens get involved, too, as another one of their leading wide receivers here.
First down and 10 from the 43-yard line. One receiver left, trips to the near side. Dropping back, looking pass, dumped off underneath, complete here to Chavez to the 45 to the 50 up the near sideline and steps out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. So once again, Hutto on the move between the 20-yard line.
This Hutto offense is right now just thriving out of these empty sets. They're spreading out this Viper defense. You know, they're not even giving the option, hey, we're not running. We're just going to throw these little quick hitters, these screens, these swing passes, and just get the ball to our playmakers really fast. And so far it's working right now. It worked all game at getting yards.
2 receivers left, one to the near side for Caden Stefik. Fake the draw play, pass over to the left side. That ball is, just off the fingertips. Man, almost intercepted and almost a diving catch by sophomore Carson Fields, but it falls incomplete. Second down and 10.
I mean, that was a pretty solid throw considering the circumstances. You have DBs, you have a safety over the top and a DB trailing. Tries to fit it right there where only the receiver can get it. And tough catch, though. It's really hard to make a diving catch like that. Obviously, if you're Lindenberger, maybe it's more normal. It's the type of plays you make all the time. But
second down and 10 from the Viper 43. 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Stefik dropping back. Started right, looked left. Flag comes down. 45 and up to the 43. Spins free and no gain in the play. Good tackle out there by Tobias Gray, but the flag in the neighborhood of all sides here in the Viper defense.
That's complete to number 2, Dylan Owens. Flag on the play.
Yeah, most likely going to be offsides here. So kind of the first positive defensive play. Oh, they're marching it back.
They're marking it back.
So I guess it was an illegal, probably legal shift, legal formation here.
Yeah, I got suspicious when the referee was talking over to the Vandegrift sideline. So they'll take the penalty, push him back 5 yards. Second down and 15 from the 48.
Yeah, they'll take that. And an offense, this Hutto offense has been getting in chucks all night. We haven't seen a negative play except for the ones near the goal line. So definitely a little chance to breathe here for this Vandegrift defense.
And did they take a timeout or no? They're talking to the coaches. I wonder if Coach actually said he wanted to deny that penalty.
He
denied it. Yeah.
So
I wonder why, because it was going to be 3rd and 9 instead of 2nd and 15.
Well, they're marking it at 3rd and
10.
Yeah. So you just got a tackle for no gain.
Right.
And rules of football right there. Always take the 3rd down, and you got 3rd and 10 is so improbable statistically to get. So I think that's the right call.
I do too. So 3rd down and 10 from the Viper 43-yard line. Another big play here early. 1 minute to go, inside of a minute. The clock moving in this first quarter. The empty back set for Stefik. Dropping back. Pass to the right side, complete on the edge, and dropped immediately. Losing a couple yards. What a play coming in by Chase Ritchie, the senior defensive back, 4th down.
Chase Ritchie reads it perfectly. They do their little empty set screen pass, trying to get to their number 1 guy, Jaden Fields, but he is met with force by Ritchie, who, again, over the last couple weeks has made a lot of good plays for this defense, and this offense is standing on the field. They're going for it on 4th and 10.
I'm really surprised, and timeout. Timeout taken by Vandegrift. I think that they were surprised. I'm also surprised where they spotted back at the 43-yard line. I thought he actually lost 2 yards on that play.
Yeah. I mean, it was behind the line
Unless
of
it was
scrimmage.
an incompletion. Maybe he didn't make the catch.
I wasn't sure what they ruled it. The clock was moving, so I'm pretty sure.
That's true. It would have to be a catch.
Pretty sure it was a catch, and I agree. It was a negative play, so maybe the refs saw something like it was a little bit of forward progress with where the contact. I would disagree with it, but maybe that's what the refs are saying. But I really like this timeout here because I was not expecting this offense to just, hey, let's line back up and go for it on 4th and 10. Obviously, you're past your own 50, and you're down 10 points at this point, so maybe you feel a little bit more pressure to, like, hey, our defense hasn't been able to really stop them yet. Like, we need to try and take a risk here. But that surprised me. So I like the timeout from Coach Sanders there to take a little bit of a moment and make sure, hey, we're good. We have had in the past given up these kind of big 4th and longs, 3rd and longs. Like, sometimes these busted coverages happen. So I love the ability to just kind of let's take a timeout real quick. Let's talk about it and make sure we are 100% good to go in the coverage here and not give up a first down on 4th and 10.
Big play coming up here. Not the last time we're going to say that tonight as the sky's getting a little dark. Our Liberty Hill broadcast at McCallum is in danger because House Park is soaked and they do not have any cover as House Park is being renovated. Crazy weather. Almost feels like baseball weather.
That's a brutal condition
to
be broadcasting in.
Well, electricity and water don't mix.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, 4th and 10 from the 43-yard line.
We are here now, 4th and 10.
Trips wide left. Stepik in the shotgun. Chavies to his left. Dropping back, looking left. Pass over to the guy receiver, wide openly 30. There we go again to the 25. Breaking free to the 20. To the 15 toward the goal line and into the end zone. Did he get in or stepped out of bounds? He got it in, touchdown.
I mean, that's exactly why you take the timeout because how explosive this offense is.
Right.
They can do that at any moment. No matter if it's 4th and 10, 1st and 10, doesn't matter. And I think the main thing there is there's just too much time for the quarterback.
Right.
You have a 4th and 10. You need to get your pass rush there. And when the pass rush doesn't get there, there's no process sped up.
Yep.
He sat back there, had all day. The coverage is only good enough for so long. And so wide receiver breaks open free, and he makes a great run to the end zone. And Hutto gambles, and it pays off.
And the extra point by Aguiar is good. So with 24 seconds to go in the opening quarter, Hutto answers back and trims the Vype lead to 10-7. And Vandegrift will only have the win at the back for another 24 seconds.
And that's one of those things that it's almost like a plague this season of these long 4th downs, these long 3rd downs. You know, I'm talking 10-plus where for whatever reason the teams just have a better job of picking it up. I feel more confident on like a 4th and 3 than I do when it's like 4th and 10 for some reason.
And they ran that play early in the quarter and had almost the exact same result.
Yeah.
So
just going back to it, and they're finding this offense a ton of success with these empty looks, you know, right there with the trips formation, and really spreading out these wide receivers all over the field.
Right.
And just giving them space because when you give all these guys space to make plays, it's so hard to cover all these weapons spread out all over the field for this defense. So Hutto does a good job, and here's their another triple kicker kickoff here, another onside kick. They do not do normal kickoffs, so we're going to keep seeing this all night long.
This one again on the ground, and again, it's almost like the opening kickoff and a big collision, but good job hanging on to it for Tobias Gray for the second time tonight, recovering the onside kick.
Takes a big hit, but he hops right up. And that's probably one of the scariest things in football. I'm glad, you know, being a lineman is our job, but I'm glad I was never on the hands team on an onside kick. That's got to be one of the probably most nerve-wracking things.
Right.
Because you've got a kickoff team screaming full speed at you, and you have to catch football that's like popping up in the air, and you just got to wait for it. Probably one of the scariest things you can do in football. That's one reason I'm glad to be an offensive lineman. You don't get a lot of glory, but at least you don't have to do that.
That's right.
That's positive.
So Vipers take over first down 10 at their own 44-yard line. Trips wide right. And a handoff to Moore. And this time he's going to be flung down. Oof. Lands awkwardly, and that's going to draw the flag. Good to see Justin Moore get up because he was actually flung to the carpet. It looked like he landed on his head and shoulder area. That was very dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, just unnecessary roughness.
Yeah.
And it seems like the precedent for this game right now is these refs have, they're not making any excuse for any kind of a little bit after the whistle extracurriculars. So I agree with the penalty earlier on our offensive lineman, Ian Scott or Isaac Scott, if you're going to continue to call it on both ways. So I think they're just kind of setting a precedent. Hey, we're not doing anything extra after the whistle. I think that's the right call. And I like doing it on both teams just to kind of make sure, hey, we are not doing anything like that.
So instead of a 3-yard loss, it's going to be a 15-yard mark off against the Hippos. Vipers will have it first down now at the Hutto 41-yard line with 17 seconds left in this opening quarter.
Home fans obviously not happy with that call, but I will take a nice free 15 yards into first down.
Sure.
After a play that was supposed to go negative.
So Teodecki in the shotgun, Chilton here to the near side. Two receivers on the right. Teodecki dropping back, looking all day to throw. Now the pocket breaks down, and he's going to dump it off underneath, complete to the 38. Stays on his feet. Brown to the 35. Who knew, to the 31-yard line? Sam Brown, who would rather run through a brick wall than do anything else. Good hands and nimble feet.
Really nice job making a man miss there. And when he initially caught that pass, I didn't think it was Sam Brown because he actually avoided two defenders. So normally he runs towards them. But really nice play there to pick up a first down for Brown.
So we reach the end of quarter number one. 10-7, Vipers on the move. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Grand Union Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
Viper fans, is your home in need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finished selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the 4 Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Viper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Teodecki toss sweep left side to Brown as the second quarter gets underway, and he's swallowed up for about a 1-yard pickup, maybe not even that. Going to bring up a second down and 10 from the Hutto 31-yard line. Merle Bertrand, Matt Sanders here. Brian Spiel's down on the sidelines. Christina Weber Bertrand, our QA, keeping an eye in and ear on the broadcast. Lights are taking hold, 2nd and 10.
Hutto does a great job just blowing up that little toss play. Vandegrift came out in the first play of the second quarter here. It's now 2nd and 10.
On the 31-yard line, Teodecki swings it right side, complete. Flag comes flying in and going to be dropped immediately at the 30-yard line. Hauling it in was Thomas Beekler, his first touch of the night, but we'll check the flag here on the near side.
I mean, most likely because they let that play go through. It's probably going to be on the offense. But if they, we're probably going to see them decline it too because, again, same situation. Now you get a 3rd and 10. Yeah, penalties decline. So you get a 3rd and 10 instead of a 2nd and 15, which really, all right, I guess they gave us a yard on that one. So 3rd and 9 instead of the 2nd and 15 there.
So a big third down coming up here for the offense. Really the first time tonight that I recall them being in 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 from the Hippo 30. Trips wide left, one in the near side. Moore settles in the right slot. Teodecki dropping back, pressure coming, dump off, screen pass. Moore to the left side. He's got running him now. Can he get the corner turn? He will. The 25 to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Justin Moore.
My goodness. I mean, that's why you give the ball to a guy like, that's Brock Chilton.
That was Brock Chilton. You're right. I'm sorry.
You line Brock Chilton up in the little kind of a slot right there, really tied to the line of scrimmage, which normally he's not that close. That's why, obviously mistaken for running back there. And, I mean, Hutto defense bites. Everyone is upfield. Teodecki does a great job with pressure in his face, dumps it right over their heads. And again, Brock Chilton, what a play. Completely reverses field, runs all the way to the sideline, beats the last defender, and just scampers into the end zone. What a play.
Good hold by Lombard. The snap a little low. The kick is up by Olsen. Good to see him back out in the field. And the Vipers take a minute into the second quarter to answer right back. 17-7, your score now.
I mean, and that's a way to respond on 3rd and 9. You on defense, you just gave up that 4th and 10 when they scored. Now you're on your own 3rd and 9 situation, and like, hey, why not do the same thing? Let's get to our number one and let him just run with the football. Love that play design. I was, on 3rd and long, you always kind of have to be watching a little bit for those screens because that's when they're so deadly because you want to bring pressure. But Hutto was not ready for it. Brought some extra pressure, and they paid for it. Get a man like Chilton, the ball in space, blockers in front. He's going to take that to the house every single time. So love to see that.
Once he got that corner turn on the left side, outrace that defender, you knew he had a big play on it. So 17-7, Vandegrift, 11 minutes to go first half. Got an email from Uncle Dino and Aunt Kim from Fraser, Michigan. That's Miles Teodecki's aunt and uncle, thanking us for the broadcast. It said, "Go Vipers, keep grinding. They'll be in Texas next week to see us live." That'll be cool. My mom will be here next week as well.
Who's next week? Westwood?
Westwood. Yep. Yeah, always pesky Westwood Warriors. And they're better this year. Olsen with the kickoff, and he pooches it high into the air. And look at that wind knock it down. And fair catch call for made at the 27-yard line. Two guys colliding.
A little bit of a interesting kickoff from the Vipers, who I was just about to say, tale of two kickoffs. See, the Vipers do their kind of standard kick to the back of the end zone. And Hutto is these hippos are giving me a heart attack with these kickoffs. I mean, I'm literally like, I don't know. I'm extremely stressed out every time they're kicking off because with a kick like that, you just never know who's coming up with the football. And they practice it. They do all season long. They're so good at it. Always scary to watch that happen.
Well, now the Hippos have the wind at their back is that they aren't explosive enough. First down and play action pass. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, being pursued. Fires over to the right side and batted away. Incomplete. Who was that coming at the last second to break that up? Because I think it was Thomas Foote, the linebacker,
Thomas
came
Foote
across.
Coming in late. Assisted there also by Chase Ritchie in the area. And pressure was getting there, being, if you're a quarterback being chased down by Hugo De La Var Vasquez, you're probably not having a good time. So pass was a little inaccurate and just swatted away there. Right by the sideline.
I know he's a little banged up, so good to see the speed from him. Swing pass, left side, complete on the edge of the 25, gets a block across the 30, 35, across the 40, and knocked down at the 43-yard line. Nice play there. They dump it off to Chavies out of the backfield, and it's the first time for the Hippos.
Really nice block by Dylan Owens there on the edge, making sure that kind of spring that play. These screens and swings, they, in theory, you're just trying to get them to their best players, but they do not work if you don't have receivers blocking. So they've done a great job so far tonight, the Hippos, at blocking for their teammates and springing kind of these big plays off these screen passes.
First down at the 43-yard line. Stevick dropping back, being flushed again by De La Var Vasquez, and steps free across the 40 and runs out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. I'm glad they didn't throw a flag there because HEB was just kind of diving at his ankles, and the quarterback running out of bounds. 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that was some cardio there, chasing the quarterback all the way across the field. And he is subbed out there, getting him a little bit of a breather. But great effort play by Hugo De La Var Vasquez, kind of limiting any more gain there because if he's not there, the quarterback can pick up a couple extra yards, and that makes his second down way more manageable. It's a really nice play by him to keep chasing after that QB.
2nd down and 8 from the Hippo 45. One receiver right, two to the near side for the Hippos. Wearing black with the white numerals tonight. The chrome orange on the helmet. And whistles blow. Timeout. Timeout taken by Hutto. As Pierre Hummert writes in, says, "Hello, Merle and Company. Watching my grandson Parker Cecil in Carmichael, California. I'm so proud of him. Let's go Vipers. Show the Hippos what you got. I'll be watching the Vipers at Monroe Stadium next week. I can't wait. Go Vipers." So a lot of out-of-state folks coming in next week, Matt.
It's a good game. It's going to be a good game to come visit and come see. Halloween night as well. Always love to play some football on a nice October 31st.
That's right, Halloween night.
Game. But
it's Christina Mai's anniversary.
Really, Halloween?
Yeah.
That's easy to remember. That's
that was.
That's why you just decided to get married on that day.
Yeah, she's a big Halloween geek, but it made it easy on me.
To the hard-working Hutto Hippo.
Will Wood's grandparents writing in. The broadcast is coming across fine in Findlay, Ohio. Rooting on the Vipers and her grandson, Will Wood. One of Hank's hog mollies there. Grandpa and Grandma Tio from Shelby Township, Michigan says, "Go Vipers! We will be there next week too." So
everyone's coming.
Everybody's coming.
Might be light on the email inbox then if everyone's in person.
2nd and 8 from the Hippo 45-yard line. 10:23 to go first half. Vipers up by 10. Dropping back. Stefik in trouble. Stepping up. Rolling to his right. Dumps it off underneath the end. Intercepted. To the 45, coming to the near side, and he's going to go down at the 45-yard line. But Griffin Gorbeck, boy, it's good to see him back in there. And caught it off the deflection, playing center field, and the Viper defense gets a stop.
And that is what getting pressure on this quarterback does.
That's right.
Stefik is uncomfortable, rolling out on the move. As soon as you get a quarterback moving, and this is kind of why they've been able to get to these explosive plays, because he's not under pressure. You finally start getting this pressure home.
Yep.
Stefik is moving, uncomfortable, throws not the best pass because there's pressure in his face, gets tipped up, and you have a great defensive player right there, Gorbeck, again, who's such a leader and a centerpiece of this defense. So this defense is just better when he's in the lineup. It's just there. Opportunity is there, and he makes a great catch. And obviously last season played some running backs, so he can catch a little bit. So I'm sure those skills translate there.
First down at the 45-yard line. Vipers up by 10, looking for more. Double backs in the backfield with Tio. Handoff. This is Chilton on the end around to the 45, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 49-yard line. He's so deadly as a wide receiver, but you're right, Matt. He's got such good speed. Get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, he's just one of those. Every offense has to have a guy like this, where you just find creative ways to get them the ball moving near as close as you can to their full speed, because they're just so fast, so quick, and they make a difference when they get the ball in their hands.
2 receivers to the left, now 3 to the left. More in the backfield with Teodecki. Quarterback draw again, up the middle again to the 45. Hurdles a man to the 35-yard line. Miles Teodecki.
I love the hurdle. You're probably, as a coach, a little bit, you probably tell your starting quarterback who is the heart of this offense, don't do that next time. Protect yourself a little bit, but love to show the hops there, Tio.
Now 4 receivers to the left side, 1 to the near side. It's Chase Phillips to the near side and 4 receivers to the far side. Vipers are going to change the play. They got plenty of time. He just kind of floated on that hurdle.
Yeah, that was
a little Michael Jordan.
Got me a little stressed out. He's about to get hit or something, but he just went up.
Hand off to Moore, up the middle. Breaking free, 35. Hit hard at the 31-yard line. Man, that was a big stick.
And Moore pops right back up. Glad to see him just take that hit and just keep rolling unaffected. But that was a great hit by the Hutto defender.
Yeah, Carlos Sorto, man, he hit him clean. But a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 from the Hippo 30.
Yeah, this Hutto defense has come, and they bring in the boom on some of these hits. This is a physical defense who, again, when they get the chance, they're not afraid to lay the hit, which is a mark of a good defensive unit, to not be afraid to go out and just hit somebody.
Teodecki pass right side, complete to Beekler. Inside the 25, digging for more, dives forward to the 24-yard line. His first catch of the night, and that'll be good for a Viper first down.
Pass complete to number 5.
Glad to see Beekler getting involved.
You know who else is nervous about Teodecki hurtling like that? Assistant coach Gerald Hickle in the booth to our right. He's the head baseball coach, watching one of his baseball players hurtling like that. But it's a big game. It's, all bets are off here tonight. First down at the 25-yard line. Play action to Brown. Teodecki rolling right, going to get a block on the edge. Niss inside of the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. Just kind of snuck between 3 black shirts there.
What a great move. Nice little last-second jump cut to just kind of fall forward for a really nice gain.
Robert Fontanez with the stop, but man.
And Tio just showing why, his running game should be respected a little bit more than what defenses are prepped for. Not many teams you go against are saying we need to watch out for 12's running ability, but tonight he's doing a great job.
Now we do hand off to Brown. Inside the 15. He falls forward to about the 13-yard line. Good for another Viper first down. 8:05 to go first half.
Going fast again. Just got a first down in this tempo. Vipers doing it all night long.
Give it to Brown again, this time off the right side. Inside the 10. Knocked down at about the 6.
Wouldn't be surprised if they go fast again.
They've got this figured out.
Yeah, they're going fast.
Uh-huh.
Going tempo. Got to hustle back in there.
2nd down and 4. Hand off Brown again. This time he
Nice
stumbled
play.
himself and could dive down near the 5-yard line. It's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards shy of the first down. Turf Monster got him that time, and now Justin Moore will check back in on a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 around the 7-yard line. So you can pick up a first down here and then have a whole new set of downs right by the goal line.
Which would almost be great because it keeps that offense off the field for another minute or two.
Moore subbed in and then immediately subbed out for Gorbeck. And
Gorbeck in the backfield.
they're going to time out.
You mentioned it, Gorbeck. When the Vipers are down to about their 6th or 7th string running back, Gorbeck was a JV Silver running back.
Yeah.
And he came in and torched the defense for about 300 yards in 2 games.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how much you will keep up with the NFL or not, but Rico Dowdle comes in and Chuba Hubbard goes down, and Rico comes in and has back-to-back 250-plus scrimmage yard games, which is insane in the NFL. And that's what Gorbeck did last year where, for some reason that position group was just injury-bitten. It's just every single player was just dealing with something. We had a good stable of backs, but just for some reason they all decided to get injured right at the start of the season. So Gorbeck had to be pulled up, and man, did he impress me with just I was like a little nervous. I'm like, okay, you're bringing this kid up from JV that we're relying on him to be our bell cow back. Yeah. This is our main guy. And
he was a sophomore last year.
And he just, took care of business in terms of the running game where I was like, hey, maybe we keep this guy around, get him a little more mixed in the offense. But he's always been more of a defensive player, and that's kind of where he's found his.
Now Teodecki up under center, and Moore's back in the ball game. They hand off to Moore right side. Good speed to the 5 and dives to the goal line. Did he get it in? No, but that's all right. 1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah, right there. Normally you're a little bit more depressed about being stopped in the 1, but we're fine. We just got a first down. You get a whole 4 chances right here to punch us in from the 1.
And you can milk another 30 seconds off this clock and keep this high-octane Hutto offense on the sidelines.
Yeah, and that seems to be kind of the plan that this Vandegrift kind of came in with. Obviously, when they see this window, they're going tempo, but when they don't need to, slowing it down, keeping their these long drives, trying to hold possession of this football because we've seen what this Hutto offense can do. They can score like that in a snap. So I love the way to kind of just slow it down here and take some time.
2 seconds, 1 second. They get it off. Moore out of the pistol and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Vandegrift.
What a run. Nice little almost completely untouched.
Yeah.
Offensive line does a great job. Right there when you're run blocking in the 1 yard line, it is really just a mentality block. It's 1 yard of space, and you have to make a decision as an offensive lineman that I'm going to push this guy as far back as I can to the end zone. And, man, entire offensive line moves that line of scrimmage. That's such a great unit.
Right.
All together, reestablishing that 1 yard back and allowing Moore to just kind of obviously use his speed a little bit, but kind of just, glide into the end zone there. Really nice play.
Another nice hold by Lombard on the low snap, and the kick by Olsen is up and good. 6:32 to go in the first half, and the Vipers lead at 24-7. 6 o'clock start or not, this place is jumping. Hutto was ready to go for this game, and the Vipers are taking this crowd out of it.
And Hutto is always one of those teams that always has the talent, always going to be in it for the in these games. Year in, year out, always have a ton of these great Division I prospects, especially on the offense side of the ball. That's just within their identity.
Yeah.
The last
quarterbacks throwing 8 touchdowns in a game. Crazy stuff like that.
Since I've heard of this school, that has just been their identity. Yeah. And so right now to only have 7 points in the half, this defense has done a tremendous job keeping this offense at bay, getting stops, getting the turnover, and when they get in that goal line situation, this is the Viper defense that we've seen for years where they are not going to give you easy points. You have to fight for every single yard, every single point you get. I don't care if you're on the 1 yard line. You're going to have to fight for it. So this defense has done a great job of really controlling this high-powered offense. That again, they're averaging 45 points a game right now.
Olsen with the ball on the tee. Word of caution. Londrock was leading Hutto 14-0. And Hutto came back to win that game. So a lot of football left to be played. As Olsen, another short, high kick. Kind of like throwing a Frisbee to yourself, and the fair catch called for and made there at the 23-yard line. The wind just knocking it backwards.
I like these kind of squib kicks in this situation. You know how dangerous the returners are for this team. And Olsen does a great job of just that ball's hanging up there forever. You don't even have an option to return it because there's 3 or 4 Viper defenders surrounding you by the time the ball reaches you. So you just have no choice but to fair catch it. And where are you? Right around the 20, 25 anyway.
That's right.
So loving the execution of those kicks by Olsen right now.
Viper defense with a turnover last time out. Let's see if they can get another one here. First down and 10 for the Hippos at the 25-yard line. 6:32 to go first half. Trips wide to the near side. Stefik dropping back. Being pursued again. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to tuck it under, and he gets the corner turn. Takes a hit at the 29-yard line. And a nice job there. Clean hit by Luke Davis, another sophomore. Talk about a youth movement.
Yep.
Coach is telling me he can't ever remember starting 3 sophomores on defense since like maybe 2010.
And these are all guys, they're not rotational pieces. They're in the lineup
That's
all
right.
game. And they're major contributors and making huge plays. So that's kind of another thing that's shocking me is like, yeah, you get some sophomores, some work in throughout the game, but these guys are they're the main pieces.
They're it. Swing pass, left side, complete on the edge of the 35, and stepping out of bounds at the 39-yard line is Keelan Chavez. That's one of their better plays of the night. Gorbeck and Cernick on the stop at a first down for Hutto.
Hutto moving the chains there.
It's a big drive because the Hippos will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, this is one of those drives where 6 minutes left, so if you do score, Vipers get another chance to answer.
Trips wide right, Stefik. Pass over to the right side, got the receiver wide open, but threw it behind him. A little miscommunication as Chavez was heading off down the field, and the pass was thrown behind him.
But 6 minutes exactly left in this game now. Perfect timing right there. And obviously, this is a Hutto offense that really scores off explosives. This is what we've seen so far, these big plays. So I don't know if they really have the ability to like milk the clock with how their offense runs. It's really just like, let's spread them out, let's get the ball, and let's just hope we get a big home run. And so at this point in the game, you are expecting the Viper offense to get one more chance, especially with the 2-minute timeout now.
Ooh, high snap. He tipped it to himself, dumped off underneath, and nice move. Makes the man miss at the 50-yard line into Viper territory. Still on his feet and falls forward to the 44-yard line. Great job by Stefik and good hands by Jaden Fields and streaked after the catch. First down Hippos.
Yeah, number 1, Jaden Fields. There's another one of those explosive plays. Making men miss. Fields moving the chains here.
Clock moving, 5:45 to go. Hutto's been able to move the ball. They've only been able to complete one drive. Trips wide right. Stefik in the shotgun. High snap again. He's going to quarterback draw up the middle and falls forward to about the 41-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Good recognition there by the Viper defense. First man there was HTV, Hugo de Lavar Vasquez.
And that was number 2, Dylan Owens of the Wildcat.
Oh, it was a Wildcat. Okay,
so that's why I was a little confused there because it looked like a designed run. Like normally even a high snap, I was like, did he just decide because the high snap to take off? But no, a little skinnier than what Stefik looks like. So number 2 in there.
They did that down near the goal line last time. Now the Vipers jump on the hard snap count. So a free play, though, they blew it dead. So that'll be a 5-yard mark off against Vandegrift.
That's a good call there by the refs. There was contact immediately on the center there, so that means it's a dead ball, not a free play. So they are going to get a free 5 yards. Obviously, pretty sure, they completed that pass, so you wish that was a free play. You get a first down, but they'll take the free 5. So about 2nd and 3 now.
The Swartwood's riding in, says, great night for Viper football. Shout out to Coach Swartwood. We're always proud of you. Go Vipers, G-E-A-U-X, from Mimi and Yes in New Orleans. I guess they're not coming next week.
Otherwise, they would have announced it. If you guys are coming, please email and let us know.
2nd down and 3 from the 37-yard line after the 5-yard mark-off. Hand off up the middle, bounce to the right side, and trying to get the corner turn. Looks like he will. That may have been a hold on the edge, and they got away with it. And a first down for Hutto.
Yeah, I thought a late flag came in there for a second, but again, that's the dangerous thing with these screen passes. You're asking these wide receivers to block a long time.
Right.
And,
so a flag did come in. Okay,
flag did come in late. I thought I saw some laundry. Yep,
there it is. I thought I saw the hold. I didn't see the flag. So I guess between the two of us, we figured it out.
One person figuring out what is going on in this game. And that's a huge penalty right there, backing up this offense to just pick up a first down. And, that is the risk of these screen passes. You're asking these wide receivers to block. And most wide receivers, some can be good at blocking. Most aren't great at blocking, so they may resort to holding or getting that extra tug there on the jersey, and ref sees it. Good call.
2nd down and 7 now from back at the 41-yard line. Trips here to the near side. Dropping back. Stefik pass over to the middle of the field again. Caught. That same play again to the 23-yard line and digging for more. Vipers ripping at the football. And that'll be good for a Hippo first down as Jaden Fields has torched the Vipers 3 times tonight on that exact same play.
Yeah. It's these kind of deep crossing routes that they're finding where they're kind of running off these Vipers safeties and finding this kind of middle of the field space in this cover 2 defense and just lofting it in there. And again, right there, no pressure on the quarterback. So when he has these clean pockets, he's plenty of time to dissect and get these. That's a long developing route, and he has plenty of time back there to wait for it to develop.
That's the difference. When the Vipers get him under pressure, he's in trouble. Swing pass right side. That's actually a backward lateral. Halfback pass, wide open, caught, touchdown.
Number 0. Keelan Shavi's just backpedaling there into the end zone. No one around him. Great play design. Get a little misdirection. Little double pass. Love to see that.
Taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Viper defense, and nobody stayed home.
Yeah, right there. We just talked about it. Vipers obviously recognize, hey, we need to start speeding up the process of this quarterback. Bring a couple extra men there towards the QB, and it's just it's a nice little swing to a double pass. Hutto has a great play call.
High snap, good hold. Kick is up. And the Hippos pull back within 10 with 3:55 to go in the half, 24-14. Now, Vipers have 3 minutes and 55 seconds. I think they have 2 timeouts on the 2-minute timeout. So need to get points here in this drive.
Plenty of time. And I think the challenge of this now is let's put a good drive together that takes this clock away because we do not want to give the ball back again to this offense right before half. Because for whatever reason, they could, with 1 time out of their own, they could, with their explosive plays, score and then get the ball to half. So the main objective here is to have a good drive, but try and keep it away from the Hippos. And not give back to this explosive offense. Kind of liking the flashing lights after
it freaks me out after first time, but I forgot they did that out here.
We need to start doing that. Can we get that going up in Monroe? I kind of like it. The nice little atmosphere. This is a pretty nice stadium. I've never been out to Hutto, but I actually really like the facility. And this is a nice press box, and everything's good over here. So,
well, longtime Viper fans know we did the first ever varsity broadcast in this stadium.
Really?
It wasn't even. They were literally spray painting the parking lot when I pulled in. It was a field and a rudimentary press box and lights, and that was it. They were still doing all the landscaping and everything. But it was the last game of the season. Their seniors at the time got to play 1 game on this field. There's that kicking off again, and it's a loose football, goes out of bounds. And the Vipers will take over first down 10 at the 43-yard line. Yeah, it's a beautiful facility out here. I remember back in the day, probably before you were playing at Vandegrift, you would have to set up on the roof to broadcast from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was very...
That is insane.
Very rough. So, well-deserved. And from what I understand, there's a second high school going up here. They're going to be the Hutto North Hippos and the Hutto South Hippos. They're both going to be the Hippos.
Yeah, how do you decide who gets the Hippo mascot? So I guess that's one way to do it, split into North and South. It's such an iconic mascot. I love. That's kind of been the identity of this town.
Swing pass left side to Beekler, and he's going to step out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. One of the coaches goes flying over there, and that's actually a player, not a coach. A Hutto player went flying.
Yeah, players dressed in all black, similar to the coaches, can easily get mixed up on who's going where. Players look a little bit more athletic than the coaches over there.
Only a gain of 1, so second down and 9 from the 44-yard line.
Even the youngest coach, Caleb Sanders, down there, he's a little bit washed. That much. He's not as athletic as he once was.
Right. It happens the older you get, trust me. Trips near side. Draw play to Moore. Bounce to the right side. Breaking a tackle across the 50 and knocked down there at the 50-yard line. But a gain of about 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 3 coming up from the midfield stripe.
Great run by Moore. Again, offensive line for the Vipers doing great work up front. Creating a nice little hole, and Moore making 2 guys miss. And nice little 6-yard run there.
Big 3rd down to pick up here. 3rd and 3.
The Viper offense.
1 receiver left, 2 to the near side. Dropping back, Teodecki. Swing pass left side, complete on the edge of the 45 and out of bounds. I'm hesitant. Is that Chilton out of the backfield? Yeah. I've got to get used to him being back there by default. I just say Moore, but that's Chilton on the first down.
They love moving him all over the field. And makes it hard for defenses to keep track of this guy. And he is a player that you are keyed on as a defense. You need to know where number 1 is.
Now it's Moore with it off right tackle, and he lowers the boom and inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8.
I'll tell you one thing about the Hutto defense. Talked about it earlier. They are not afraid to just lay some hits. It seems like they almost prefer to just try and get a big hit than actually make a tackle, which can be not the most productive thing for a defense, but when it lands, and they've done a great job tonight of just punishing hits by this defense.
Speaking of big hits, Sam Brown in the backfield for the Vipers. Trips here to the near side. 2nd down and 8. And Teodecki is going to follow Brown to the 35 to the 30, cutting it back up. He lowers his shoulder and dives down to the 25-yard line. That was a great play, Matt. I think if he stayed to the outside, he might have scored. A little pushing and shoving after the play here.
Yeah, whole group of Vipers, whole pit over there, getting their quarterback up. And, I mean, that is something that, as an offensive lineman, you can't stand if anyone is touching your quarterback for more than a second after the play. You got to go get involved a little bit, get them off. So love to see that, protecting your captain of the offense there, who has been on fire tonight, really accurate, and just keeping this offense moving, well-oiled machine.
Tall sweep left side to Brown, and he's going to be hit and dropped for a 2-yard loss. Nice recognition that time by the Hutto defense. A rare negative play, maybe on the second one of the night here for the Vipers on 1st down.
Yeah, that might be I think that's right, the only second one I've seen. Hutto defense just does a great job of blowing that play up. Really nice job.
2-minute timeout, 24-14. We'll take it with them. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Floor Coverings International in Lakeway makes shopping for your new flooring easy. Floor Coverings International carries a full assortment of flooring to fit the purpose of the room, your lifestyle, and budget. Locally owned by Kevin Temple and family, Floor Coverings International offers free in-home consultation with a design associate. At Floor Coverings International in Lakeway, our goal is making your home flooring project a positive and convenient customer experience. Visit us today in Lakeway or online at lakeway.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
On the field, defense is everything. At Austin Dental Company, we got you protected the same way.
We accept dental insurance, and we also have in-house memberships. Regular checkup to keep you in the game. Cosmetics and Invisalign.
For championship smiles. Whether it's game day or any day, we got your smile covered.
Oh, we had an injured player as well, in addition to the 2-minute timeout. Trying to see who that is out there. I'm just not noticing
number
that.
31.
That would
Phoenix,
be
Arizona linebacker, who was on that big negative play for the defense, and then probably just either got tangled up there, not putting any weight on that right leg there.
Yeah, putting a little bit more.
Now walking off as he gets closer, but that's one of those things. Again, such a physical game, and you get in a big pile up like that where you just, there's bodies everywhere crushing a play like that on defense, and then sometimes you just get rolled up. So probably just rolled his ankle there, most likely, and it's one of the negative sides. It's such a great game, but injuries do happen.
Well, it's a 2nd and 12 after this timeout. Ball spotted at the Hutto 27-yard line. Vipers up by 10. Hutto will get the ball to start the second half. So any sort of points here would be good. Obviously, 7 would be better than 3.
Yeah, you are looking to – I think the main goal right now of this Viper offense is, honestly, maybe even more than score points, to keep possession for these last 2 minutes. We're not in any sort of hurry right now.
Right.
This opposing offense so explosive, they can score like that. First play, and so – I think the main objective here is also to milk this clock and try and get out of this half without getting the ball back to the Hippos.
Moore goes back in the pistol. They hand it to him left side. He's going to turn the corner, 25-20. No, I dumped it off underneath to the right side, and a big hit. I was following Justin Moore. I didn't see Teodecki, and then a flag comes flying in late. Another hit out of bounds, and the Viper, I think, is shaken up on that play. I'm guessing, I don't want to speculate, but it might be Beekler. That would make sense on the near side.
No, I see number 5, Beekler. I don't know who the pass was intended for. I see Chilton. But that was a again, huge hit from this defense on the sideline. And almost looked like a targeting hit. He just kind of the defender left his cleats to kind of lay out.
Oh, it's Ontario Jackman.
who gets
I thought
up.
I saw a 5, but it was 15.
And he starts jogging off.
Yeah.
Again, that's just one of those big hits where most likely either got the wind knocked out of him or just kind of like
right.
Some of those times you just get hit in football and you're just kind of shocked. You're like, dang. Like that was a huge hit. And, what a play. But there is going to be a flag after the fact for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it's
so
the
that'll
taunting.
be 15 yards.
So, I believe it's number 2, their two-way player. No, I think it was Dylan Owens who's over there playing corner, unless I'm mistaken right here. Can you confirm number 2?
Yeah.
I saw him just kind of celebrating right there. First celebration's fine, but then he kind of made a gesture towards Ontario, who's on the ground, and right there, right in front of the ref. You're going to get a flag for that every single time.
Even in front of your own bench, you're still going to get a flag for that.
Yeah, so you got to turn around and celebrate with your teammates. He was gesturing towards the Viper, he just knocked on the turf. So that is going to get a flag every single time. And that turns a huge momentum play for this defense where it's 3rd and long. You just laid a huge hit. Everyone is super juiced up to now a 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line.
13-yard line.
13-yard line, excuse me.
The receivers left. Moore lined up to the right side of Teodecki. Gets the carry to the 10, and he's upended at the 8-yard line. That previous play was such a well-designed play. I was sold that Justin Moore had it untouched around the left side. I did not even see Teodecki bootlegging to his right.
Yeah, I was with you, too. I was following Moore. So were a couple of defenders, which is why that play design's so great. And then as soon as I realized that T.O. was still running pretty much full speed with the ball, I'm like, all right, you don't do that on a fake this long. Switch back the camera to Teodecki and dumped off to Jackman, who, again, good play design, but the defender for the Hippos was there.
I think we had another injured Hutto player. That's the reason for the pause here, but he seems to be okay. 1:41 to go first half. Vipers knocking on the door again. 2nd down and 4 from the 9-yard line. Timothy Harmon writes in, I assume he's responding to you talking about the lights because he says, come to Georgetown High School. Yeah, I know Birkelbach Field does that. I think they may have been the first local stadium to install these kind of lights.
I love to see it. It's really cool. It gives that kind of college atmosphere, too. A lot of college teams do that, especially for these night. Every high school game, it's Friday night lights, so it just adds the atmosphere. I think it's really cool.
Well, Southwestern plays there, but they don't do the light thing. They might not be paying enough to get the light show for the night games.
Yeah, they need to figure that out.
Yeah, I know.
Add to the atmosphere a little bit.
Yeah, they're getting their own stadium next year, so
I
bet they still don't have that.
That'll be awesome
lights
for that program. Glad they get their own stadium finally.
Finally, yeah. Teodecki checking off the play to the sideline. 1:22, clock moving. 30 seconds on the play clock. Trips wide left. 2nd and 4 from the Hippo 8.
Again, in no hurry here to get this play off.
Don't want to allow any time for Hutto to have the ball back, regardless of what happens here. Teodecki. Handoff Moore up the middle and dives down near the 6-yard line. About a yard or two shy of the first down. We're inside of a minute. Both teams with, I think, one timeout remaining.
Both one timeout remaining. It's about 3rd and 2 here. And again, I think it's the exact same situation. You have about 3 yards from the goal line to get it first here. So you are feeling very comfortable. 38 seconds and ticking right now.
Theo up under center. Hands it off to Moore, left side, and he's trying to stiff arm. He is not going to get there. Nice recognition by the Hutto defense. Going to bring up a 4th down, and the Vipers will probably try a field goal here. It's going to be 4th and about 5.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, you might have something dialed up here on 4th, and you're so close to the goal line. And does an extra 3 really change the game that much?
Right.
It's the same amount of possessions here. So they might call a timeout.
They're going to call a timeout.
And then run an offensive play to see if they can get one more final touchdown to really.
There's your timeout. So
Let's
2 seconds left. It's 4th and 5 from the 9.
And they're huddling up to talk about it. The offense, most of the offense kind of remaining there. I'm sure that the special teams PAT unit also ready to go out there as it's mostly offensive linemen and quarterback holder, and plus Wiley Olson, obviously. But let's see what they decide to do. This is an interesting thing.
And it's not an easy field goal. It's on the far hash end of the wind at a bad angle.
You know what? I think they're going to go for it, Merle. I'm calling it right now. It's 24-14. You're up 10 points. 10. I don't know why I can do math right now. I'm a finance major. Should be able to do that. And, you add an extra 3 there. It's still 2 touchdowns for Manor. And this is an offense that, all they do is score touchdowns. They're really not opting for field goals much of the time. You saw how Keene, they already just go for it on fourth and 10. They're going for
Yeah.
it, So I think this is one of those games that maybe you risk it, and I'm wrong. Bring out the field goal unit.
Bring out the field goal unit. Well,
so they're going to go to go up 27 here to 14.
that's going to be a 25-yarder from the far hash into a gusty, swirling wind. Out of the hold of Lawson Lombard. Final play of the half, barring a penalty. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. Plenty of leg. Did he get it through? And it's good. Well, that's a little, you would much rather have had the 7, but you get points going into the locker room, and you've got a 13-point lead. I think you got to be pretty satisfied with that, Matt.
Definitely happy with that. I don't think you're upset at any points at the end of the half there. My argument for the touchdown is maybe a little more risky, so coach decides, hey, let's just kick a 3 here. Olson's a great kicker. He's going to hit it from that. So far has been automatic inside 40-yard kicks, so that's just one of those things. You trust your kicker and let him get it going, and what a first half from this Viper team as a whole. This offense has been moving. Really hasn't been able to been stopped so far, and this defense doing a great job against probably one of the best offenses in the district, maybe the best offense in the district, only letting up 14 points so far in this one.
So here's what we're going to do. Get you up to speed on a couple of scores. Vista Ridge leading Maynard 24-3. Cedar Park over Lake Belton 35-21. Cedar Ridge leading McNeil 7-0. Keep an eye on that one. These are the standings coming into tonight. Hutto at 5-0. McNeil and Vandegrift at 4-1. Round Rock has the bye. Vista Ridge will be at 4-2 after they dispatch Maynard tonight. So that's Cedar Ridge McNeil game, which is also on Vype tonight. Keep an eye on that one. A lot of games getting underway at 6 o'clock. Some of them underway at 7:30 and 7 o'clock with the weather. So with that said, we're going to stand aside. We don't have a Viper marching band, so we'll turn it over to the Hutto Hippo marching band here, catch our breath, and we'll hear from Coach Sanders as Brian Spears caught up with him down at the sidelines, and be back for more of halftime here from Hutto. 27-14, Vipers on top. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer Impact-certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's best-selling water sports towboats. Malibu. We are now the largest dealer for Malibu boats worldwide, with locations in Austin, Marble Falls, Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, and now Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Visit the enthusiasts at any of our locations or online at texasmalibu.com to pick out your family's dream boat and make memories on the water that will last a lifetime.
All right, Vandy fans, it's quiz time with Tiff's Treats. Question: how many wins did the Vipers rack up last season? 13? 14? 15? If you answered 15, congrats, you're a true Vandy Viper fanatic. And to celebrate our 6A Division II state champion Vipers and the greatness of the 2025 season, we're giving you 15% off your next order of Tiff's Treats warm cookies. Just use code VANDY15 at cookiedelivery.com. Warm cookies baked to order and delivered to the door. Tiff's Treats.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
High Steppers are under the direction of Brooke Solomon. High Steppers would like to thank all of our mini steppers for joining us tonight and wish our Hutto band the best of luck at area tomorrow. Tonight, our Hutto Middle School bands join the Hutto High School band. They will be performing Land of a Thousand Dances. Put your hands together as the middle school bands and the high school bands play the Hutto Fight Song. While our band sets up for their performance, just another thank you to our Hutto Middle School, Gus Almquist Middle School, Farley Middle School band directors, and all of our band students for all of their hard work.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
As you can tell, folks, the wind picked a
Thank
bad
you to
night
our
show
sponsor,
up.
Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our way to chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Extra tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of sides to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E. Gotta have their sweet tea.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
And we welcome you back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. Halftime still going on, about another 12 or 13 minutes. Merle Bertrand, Matt Sanders, Brian Spiel is here. Casino Weber Bertrand back at the Company Cozy Vype Live Studios, better known as our living room, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast to make sure that we're all dialed in and looking and sounding good. Vipers are looking and sounding good, 27-14 at the end of the first half. And a few moments ago, right before he went into the locker room, Brian Spiel is caught up with head coach Drew Sanders. Let's hear what Coach had to say about a good first half of Viper football.
Vype Live here with Vandegrift head coach Drew Sanders. Drew, you got a 27-14 lead over Hutto. There's a lot of talk about you guys coming in and Hutto's high-powered offense and the conditions out here tonight. You guys had a great fourth and goal stance you had in the beginning. Your defense is looking okay, and your offense seems to be scoring whether they have the win or not. What are your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I mean, this is a playoff-like game. We need to come out and play well. We've done some good things. We've really screwed up big time on defense. A couple of just busts, mental busts we don't really have. And that's a credit to them, too. They do a good job of designing plays. But we've got to do a better job against set. And then offensively, we've done a nice job of running the ball. T-Decky's done a great job of running the ball tonight because we're going to need that sometimes in big games like this. And so definitely a nice start, but there's tons of game left.
Okay, thanks, Coach. We'll see you second half.
Boy, I tell you what, Matt Sanders, you could really hear the wind in that interview. We talk about it, but until you actually hear it, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it seems like it's picking up now as we're getting later. These flags to the left of us with all the Hutto Hippo H on it, really blowing in the wind here. But I agree with what Coach was saying on the halftime interview. he knows how good this team is, especially offensively, where a 14 or 13-point lead does not feel safe, especially with them getting the ball at a half. So a lot of game left here. And yeah, I've been super impressed with the running ability of this team so far. I love throwing Tiodeki's legs into the wrinkle. It just opens up more stuff in the run game when you have to worry about that extra quarterback run.
Yeah.
On those options, everything, he slows the defense down a little bit. Have to kind of start watching for Tiodeki. So love how he's running the football right now. And offensive line and more are playing great offensively. And so far, only 14 points for this high-powered offense. I think this defense doing solid. But Coach said a couple mental busts in coverage, and that's what's giving up those big, long touchdowns. So I know they're in there in halftime talking about, hey, this is exactly where our bust is. We are not in the right spot here. We're keep giving them these deep crossers open, giving their quarterback a little bit too much time to kind of read and survey that field too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to kind of try and get some more pressure, speed up the process of this quarterback, because right now, anytime he has time back there, he's completing a deep pass.
And when he doesn't have time, he's making mistakes and running and taking hits and that kind of thing.
And throwing interceptions. So anytime he's been under pressure, it's been a really good play for this defense. And he is not afraid to kind of just – he'll throw it in a bit of harm's way when he's under pressure. So I think we'll see a little bit more designed pressure from this defense going into the second half.
Looking at the weather, again, this game was scheduled for 7 o'clock, moved up to 6 o'clock. That turned out to be a pretty good move. It's right now 81 degrees, partly cloudy, blustery winds. We're already under a flash flood watch until tomorrow afternoon. But looking at the weather, 8 o'clock cloudy, 9 o'clock cloudy, 10 o'clock thunderstorms, 99% chance. So I think we're going to sneak this thing in under the wire, knock on wood. That was a good move by the coaches to agree to move this game up.
Yeah, and that is one of those things. You know, the wind is one thing, but when you start getting that beating rain coming down, the football's wet. That makes it a lot harder to do anything. And as a center, played for center for a long time, it's not fun to snap wet footballs, and that causes a lot of issues in the offense. So I love the move to move it up, keep the game dry, and also I hate rain delays. Just kills the momentum. Yeah. We got to sit up here and figure out what to talk about. I don't know. We can talk about what you ate for breakfast or what I ate for lunch or something, but I'm glad we're getting this game moved up and over with before that weather blows in.
We'll call up the standings again here real quick for those of you who missed it earlier on, get you up to date on the scoreboard. Last score we had about 10 minutes ago, McNeil and Cedar Ridge tied at 7 o'clock. They started at 7 o'clock. They did not move their game up, so that's still late first quarter there. And Stony Point and Westwood also tied up 7 apiece. That's got to be in the early second quarter now. And last score we had was Vista Ridge 24, Manor 7. Vista Ridge figures to win. So Vista Ridge is going to go to 4-2. Round Rock has a bye tonight. They're going to be at 4-2. If the Vipers can hang on to this lead, they will improve to 5-1. They'd be tied with Hutto, and then we'll keep an eye on what happens with Cedar Ridge and McNeil. That's a big game tonight going on. That's also on Vype. Actually on Vype twice. We broadcast to both those schools, so you can pick your poison there. When this game is over, you can go scoreboard watch with everybody else. But, yeah, and you said it, I think, when we were at break, Matt. This has got to be the toughest and the most even district race that the Vipers have been a part of, well, literally since they joined this district.
This is one of those years where it's just you're a little bit more on edge of okay, we've had this history of just winning the district title or tying for the district title for every year since we've started it, with the first year that undefeated regular season run. I mean, that was such a great team. I know I'm a little biased. That's probably my favorite Viper team going back then, but that's just been the history of this team. And this one's a little bit different because all these teams now, I mean, I feel like this is probably the best McNeil team I've seen in a while. This Hutto team is serious. They have a high-powered offense and this defense that loves to hit. Round Rock's always Round Rock. They're always going to give you a good game no matter what it is. That's a program with pride and history to it. And, you got Vista Ridge as well in the mix, who obviously can't match up to the Vipers in that rivalry in the past couple years. It's been all Vipers, but a solid team that will give teams trouble and can find ways to win those close ones. So, and also Cedar Ridge still in the mix mathematically too, and that's kind of those. It's so many of these good teams that there's 4 spots here in a 9-team district, so it's a lot of chaos here of these 4 spots. Unlike some other districts who maybe have less teams, you got 5 teams out of 9, which is just not usual for high school football. So that's what makes it especially spicy this year. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I'd like to put a little request with UIL to award an at-large playoff spot to a team like the 5th team out of this district that is not going to make it in. That probably should be in there when there are teams in a smaller 6 or 7 team district that don't deserve to be in there, but they're going to get that automatic qualifier. Nobody listens to me, but that's what I would like to see.
I would love to see that. Some sort of obviously, the whole, college football rankings, how you rank stuff. Everyone's obviously has their own biased opinions of that, but I think there's a pretty easy ways to be like, all right, you can go by record, strength of schedule, points, a lot of stuff, and because there's so many different high schools, there's a ton of teams that get in with, they're dead even or maybe in a losing record sometimes. That could be easily slotted in for one of these teams that for some reason just doesn't break right in one of these more competitive, larger districts.
Yeah, so we're going to see how it all shakes out. We've gotten to the point, Westlake and Lake Travis, they have one or two interesting district games all year long, and that's when they play each other. Everybody else is kind of automatic, and it almost gotten that way for Vandegrift, with the exception they would look forward to the Round Rock game. That was the only team that would push them a little bit. This year's been a little different. We always lamented the fact that the Vipers had to find that gear when they got to the playoffs because they hadn't played anybody decent in a while. Every game this year so far, except for the Maynard game, it's been a dogfight.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of been what the Vipers were of old, and it's like you get in these dogfights in the regular season, and you're stressed out to win district games. I mean, that's how it was when we first moved to 6A, and even before that, and when we were first getting our legs under us. I mean, I talked about how great that undefeated team was, but let's be honest, we had some really close wins.
Yes.
We were, overtime wins by 3. We were winning in the last couple seconds of games in the fourth quarter. I mean, even we'd go to play Westwood, who we were pretty heavily favored. That game turned into a nail biter. Right. And that's kind of what Viper football was when it was first kind of finding its feet in 6A. Every single game was a battle, a dogfight. And then we talked about it earlier this season, that might be what this team has to kind of go back, find those roots of hey, we're still going to play Viper football. We're still going to play hard. We're still going to do everything that we do, hold our standard. But we might not blow teams out of the water. We got to claw and fight for a couple of these wins, just because not only this district has become more competitive, but that's just what this team is right now with all the young guys stepping up in all these different positions. So so impressed with how this team has grown through the season, though, and found their identity. And that's what we talked about. That's the most important thing of watching these high school teams is how can they improve from week 1 to where we're at now, week 8, and see their growth. And as long as you're seeing that growth, and this trajectory has been a large, really positive growth from what I've seen from this team. And I think that, again, we worried about, hey, were they ever challenged on previous teams before playoffs? And now I think they've continually been challenged, and I think they're more prepped in that aspect of hey, we've had some tough games. We know what it's like to be down. We know what it's like to come back. We know we've been in those situations now more than ever. And so they're going to be more mentally prepared for those playoff games coming up.
Well, we're going to take one more break here before the second half gets underway. Before we go, Pete Venuto writes in, says, to our grandson, number 19 defensive lineman Jake Venuto, and he thanks us for our show here tonight. Pete and Lynn Venuto in Greenville, South Carolina, with Andy and Peggy Andre visiting from the Nashville, Tennessee area Viper Fan Club. Viper fans are literally all over the world. Thank you for the email, Mr. Venuto. And, got another email here from your grandparents. The Springers writing in from Salado. Shout out to Matt. Glad you're back. Go Vipers. From Steve and Barbara Springer.
Guess they're not coming next week?
I guess not. Yeah.
Thanks, Daddy.
I told both your sets of grandparents they couldn't come back since the Vipers lost last time they were here against McNeil. So
it's probably them.
I'll fall on the sword and take the hit there.
They need to. They like listening to the broadcast anyway. Nice, relaxing, stay at home, and maybe that was it. Maybe they're bad luck this season. I don't know, but.
They are always welcome, obviously. We'll take a break. Be back with the second half kickoff. Vipers up 27-14 at the half. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's best-selling water sports towboats. Malibu. We are now the largest dealer for Malibu boats worldwide with locations in Austin, Marble Falls, Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, and now Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Visit the enthusiasts at any of our locations or online at texasmalibu.com to pick out your family's dream boat and make memories on the water that will last a lifetime.
All right, Vandy fans, it's quiz time with Tiff's Treats. Question: how many wins did the Vipers rack up last season? 13? 14? 15? If you answered 15, congrats, you're a true Vandy Viper fanatic. And to celebrate our 6A Division II state champion Vipers and the greatness of the 2025 season, we're giving you 15% off your next order of Tiff's Treats warm cookies. Just use code VANDY15 at cookiedelivery.com. Warm cookies baked to order and delivered to the door. Tiff's Treats.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's Group meal.
Next in line.
Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
And we welcome you back to Hutto Memorial Stadium in Hutto, Texas. Merle Berkshire and Matt Sanders here in the booth. Matt pointed out Vic the Viper did not make an appearance for the team to run through because the wind was just too darn strong. So something can actually beat Vic the Viper apparently, Matt.
Yeah, that's more of he's such a valuable piece of this team. It's more of you want to protect the present a little bit. You don't want to, put him out there in harm's way where wind could blow him away or damage him.
Have to go track him down in Elgin somewhere or something.
Yeah, he's just flying away. He's over by, all the way down in Round Rock somewhere or something. But, yeah, I like that smart play to protect Vic. But, yeah, he just didn't too windy for him tonight in the second half. That shows maybe the increase of wind from the first half to now. I mean, I'm looking at the flags behind you, Merle. They are moving right now.
Yeah, they are.
This is high winds. And we'll see if that affects how these offenses play a little bit. Will there be less? I mean, I feel like Hutto, with just their offensive identity, they really won't stop throwing the ball, especially down 13 points. But
well, we'll find out here because they're going to get the football first. And Wally Olsen is going to kick this one with the wind at his back and drills that one into and out of the end zone as the third quarter gets underway. So Hutto gets the ball first going into the wind for this third quarter. And this first series, man, if the Vipers can get a stop here, get the ball back probably in decent field position and score with the wind at their back, that would really set the tone for the second half.
Yeah, this is, right here, you got a tough ask to drive into the wind right now. This wind is strong right in the face of this offense. And you can definitely, this is kind of the moment right now. This is where you're the elements are on our side. Wind's in the face of this offense, behind our back. If we get the football back, good situation.
And a handoff up the middle. Nice hole out across the 30. Breaks into the secondary and pounds it out to about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. They'll give him 10 yards in the first down.
And there's that running game that we really haven't seen much today. Hand it off to their running back, Kalen Chavez. Chavez, how do you say it? Chavies.
I'm going to guess Chavies.
Yeah, Chavies, and he picks up a big chunk.
First down 10 at the 35-yard line. And play action. In trouble and going to go down. Hugo de Lavara Vasquez with the sack. They kind of did a little zone read there, and there was just nowhere to go for the quarterback. Stefik went down.
De Lavara Vasquez, little sack dance there with Gavin Law in the backfield. And gets to the quarterback, and that is what you want to see.
That's right.
You can pin your ears back a little bit. You're still expecting them to throw the ball. They're down some points. And good to see Hugo get to the quarterback. Really nice play.
Second down and 15 from the 30-yard line. Pass over the middle of the field. Caught wide open again. And going to be dropped for a first down at the 48-yard line. They keep finding that guy in the same play, Dylan Owens.
Yeah, there's a little zone popping open here to this side with the trips. Little crosser or kind of this deep hitch where they just come open on that break inside. And again, quarterback Stefik has plenty of time there to sit back and deliver the throw. That's a long developing route.
Yep.
But his process isn't sped up, so he has plenty of time to deliver it.
The receiver's left to the near side for Stefik. Receiver coming in motion left to right. Dropping back. Swing pass right side. Complete on the edge. Makes the first man miss into Viper territory. Look out. 35-30. Nobody's going to catch him. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Hutto. No flags. Dylan Owens just a little swing pass to the right side. And man, Matt, once the first guy missed, it was off to the races.
Yeah, and there's number 2, Dylan Owens. We talked about number 0, number 1, and I talked about, hey, we're going to see a little bit of number 2 here eventually. This is 3 of their biggest main weapons on offense, and that's exactly why. You get them a quick little pass. He makes one-man miss, and you saw the speed on that sideline,
Right.
Merle. He's off to the races, outruns the entire defense.
Matthias Aguiar for the extra point. High snap, kick is up, into the wind, and got it through. So we got a 6-point game.
And that's one way to avoid throwing into the wind. You just throw a little quick pass and just let your wide receiver run all the way to the end zone there. So now only a 6-point lead for the Vipers, and that's why you saw Coach talk about at halftime. A lot of game left. This is an offense that can score on these explosive plays, and right there they got one. And I'm sure they are extremely happy with that opening drive for the Hippos.
Well, we'll see how the Viper offense responds. It's almost like a tennis match or like an arena football game. You know, who's going to break serve? Who's going to hold? Who's going to make a play? Vipers did that in the first half with the interception. That helped them build that lead. They've got to maintain and answer back here.
Yeah, this is a big task for this offense. You come out of half, you immediately score. The momentum on your sideline and your fans are behind you here.
Right.
Right at a half. It's all on you. So Vipers have to put a good drive together and get some sort of points. Even a field goal now at this point will make it an extra possession game, and that will really kind of calm the storm of just scoring on that huge explosive play we just saw the Hippos do.
Yeah, I do not want to let them ride the momentum, including on this kickoff. We've seen nothing but onside kicks from these guys.
This
They've
is the
come
first
close.
one. 3 kickers again. They all walk up, and this is a little different formation here as they're in a straight line.
This one dribbled along the ground, live football, and falling on it again at the 46-yard line. I'm with you, Matt. I want to know what their percentage is. Good hands for Vandegrift by Tyler Saylor, the junior wide receiver, falling on that one.
Yeah, I really am curious on how often they get that kick because
they're 0 for 4 tonight?
Yeah, they're 0 for 4. 0 for 4 because they kicked off to start the game.
Right.
And I got close once. The first one, that was probably the close one where there's a pile there, and I wasn't sure exactly who recovered it. But all the other ones really haven't been close. And you're just giving the ball you're giving the offense immediately start at the 50. That's basically what you're announcing there. And I don't know if the clip they're getting that at is worth doing it.
Drop. Tedecki swings it outside to Chilton. Gets a block on the edge to the 50 and out of bounds there. Stepped out of bounds at the 49, it looks like. So maybe just a 1 or 2 yard pickup for Vandegrift. Second down coming up.
Yeah, push out of bounds right at the end.
I said we're international. Got an email from Owen watching from Germany. Go Vipers. There you go.
Yeah.
Second down and 8
Soon
from the
we'll
Vandegrift 49.
Every country.
Tedecki dropping back. Good protection. All day to throw. Got shit wide open. 35, 30, 25, and steps out of bounds at the 22-yard line. You cannot give Miles Tedecki that much time. Kind of like Stepik on the other side.
And what a beautiful pocket from this offensive line, allowing Tedecki to just sit back there, survey the entire field. I'm pretty sure he checked every single one of his reads and delivers a strike finally to Chilton for a huge gain. And they're going fast here.
First down, Vipers at the 23. Handoff to Moore to the right side. Nice inside the 20 and upended at the 19-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. Second down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, cut down after a nice little scamper for 4 yards there. Moore goes out. Brown comes in. And again, I'm curious also. I'm sad we don't have Hank here tonight to keep these stats, but the yard differences of these offenses, because Hippos are having to march the entire field, and the Vipers keep getting set up right on the 50-yard line. So even though the Vipers have scored more points, I don't think they're as close offensively to the yardage of the Hippos right now.
Yeah, you might be right. Second down and 6 in the 19-yard line. Tedecki, pump fake. Now rolling to his left, and he's going to be drugged down from behind the 22 yards. He's going to be sacked from behind. I don't think he realized somebody was behind him, and Tedecki a little slow to get up. Boy, that's not good news.
Yeah, one of those did not expect.
Oh, he's got a cramp.
Did not expect the pressure from his blind side. He's a left-handed quarterback, so coming off the right edge there.
Carlos Sorto, the senior defensive back, making a nice play.
Yeah, a little cramp. He's had to use his legs more than I've seen of this year tonight, so maybe not used to it, so a little muscle cramp. And, yeah, he's not being helped off at all, so he will most likely be able to return to this one. Hopefully he's all good, and it's just a little cramp, getting hydrated. But what's the rule? I'm pretty sure he has to come off for this play after stopping for an injury, so it means Boston Lombard will come in for this big third and
9.
3rd and 9. This is probably maybe the worst possible moment for your starting quarterback to go out for a play. It's 3rd and 9 on a drive where you are 2 yards from the red zone, right at the 22-yard line, and you got to answer a high-powered offense. So let's see what Boston Lombard can do for the Viper offense, pick up a first down here and keep this sticks moving.
So the senior quarterback, Lawson Lombard, will come in. He's got trips wide to the right, and what coaching staff out in the field talking to the officials. Yeah, going to timeout. Yeah, Viper's going to take a timeout. I think if they take the timeout, they can get Teodecki back on the field, maybe.
Yeah, they're having a lengthy conversation over there.
Yeah.
And that, I'm always not a big fan of using their timeouts early in a game like this, but because of how big this down is, and if that does give you the ability to bring Teo back in, and he's been, again, on fire tonight, just keeping this offense moving, this well-oiled machine, I think that will be worth it. But could also be a timeout where want to confirm the play, but I'm pretty sure I see Teo rejoining the huddle.
Yeah, he walked off the field under zone power, but he didn't quite look like himself. He still looked a little stiff.
I mean, those cramps are serious.
Yeah.
Serious. I still get cramps even at my old age of 24 years old.
You're right.
And they are
he's out
no
there
joke.
now.
Okay, yeah. So call the timeout, get their senior captain quarterback back out there for a huge third down. This is 3rd and 9. And you see how big this is. They're willing to use a timeout early.
That's right.
To get him back.
3rd and 9 from the Hutto 22-yard line, pardon me. Have not wound the play clock yet.
Miscommunication on what the play is.
And now the referee talking to Teodecki.
So now they're saying that they're communicating like, oh, you can't sub him in after a timeout. Is that what they're...
That's what it kind of looked like.
Wow, so the whole point of the timeout was to get Teo back out there. And I'm assuming that was a conversation with the referee that Coach Sanders was having, and that's the whole reason they called the timeout. But looks like they either changed their mind or weren't fully 100% on that rule, and maybe one ref told them something different. But, wow, that is a little bit of egregious officiating mistake there to allow that to happen.
The Lombard in the shotgun, 3rd down. He's going to hand it off to Moore, left side of the 20. Stiff arm to the 15 and down to the 12-yard line. They're going to pick up the first down anyway.
He got it. I mean, there you go. Lombard gets in, and one play, one first down. He gets subbed out for Teodecki. There you go. But that's a nice little simple play. I'm sure I don't know what to even think about that. The thing that sucks the most about that is you have to waste timeout.
That's right. Yeah, the timeout didn't go back on the board.
Basically no reason. Because they all believe, the entire sideline of the Vipers believe that Teodecki would get back in after the timeout, which I guess isn't the rule in high school, but I believe that's the rule in almost college and NFL for sure.
So first down at the 12. They pick it up anyway. Teodecki back in the ball game. Hand off to Moore up the middle. Nice move inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. Now they're going to, the official on the far side is closer to the 9. About a 2-yard pickup. Keeps the clock moving, coming up on the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, really
Chase
nice.
Ritchie's grandparents from Galesburg, Illinois are enjoying the game. My old neck of the woods.
Great cut there by Moore on the run. Little pressure in his face right as he got the ball, but he is so quick on his feet and changing direction.
2nd and 8 from the 10. Shelton goes in motion. They take the hand up to him. Big hole up the middle for Moore. Spins down to the 6 and dives down to the 5-yard line. That misdirection from Chilton just opened up the middle, and now it's 3rd down and 3 from the 2. 3rd down 3 from the 5, pardon me.
Tough running by Moore as he shrugs off 2 tackles and falls forward for a couple extra yards. And yeah, these motions by Chilton, you see this defense have to really respect where he's moving. This is a guy that has hurt them, moving all over the field tonight. And it's getting these defenders to kind of a little off balance, have to be watching where number 1 is.
Big play here, 3rd and 3 from the 5. Vipers do not want to settle for 3.
Quarterback in the backfield.
Dropping back. Teodecki rolling to his left. He's got a lot of running room, and he's going to fire it over to the near side. The catch was made, but they're going to say he's out of bounds. So fourth down coming up. Great effort.
Wow, that was a tough call.
Alex Paulson, the sophomore tight end. Great effort, but it's going to go for naught.
What a great play, great throw, and just one of those things where he's right on the edge there, and that's really up to the, no replay in high school. So, again, it's up to the referee's discretion, and this is the right call here.
It is. You
go
got
for a field goal. Now separates the lead to 9, makes it 2 possessions. And we talked about this in the break. Hutto hasn't kicked any field goals yet this year.
Right.
So I don't know if it's their lack of ability or not need to, but these field goals can make the difference in this one.
Olsen from 22 yards out. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So 6:55 to go. Vipers half end, so they get 3 points out of it. And they, as Matt said, get it back up to a 9-point game, so a 2-possession game again. And turn it back over to the defense to see if they can make some adjustments and get a stop.
Yeah, and then that is, and that's, I guess, why you also, the good thing of kicking a field goal at half, because then you're not forced to feel like, oh, we have to score here. And so really nice, looking back in hindsight, really nice decision by Coach to go for that field goal before half. And we talked about a little bit how important it was mainly to run out that clock and in the half, because we've seen it, how explosive this offense is. They got the ball to start this half and scored in, a minute or less, and it was that's the dangers of this offense. So I think this coaching staff did a really great job of managing this clock, keeping the ball out of their hands, and done as good as they could have, just kind of like managing that inside the 4 minutes at the end of the half and the 4 minutes at the start of the half. So right now, still up 2 possessions after that. Really, again, felt like a long drive, but again, they're starting at about the 50 every single one.
Early third quarter, Vista Ridge 31, Maynard 3. Cedar Ridge and McNeil tied at 14. So McNeil and Cedar Ridge going at it. Cedar Park leading Lake Belton 43-21 in 5A. As Olsen with the football on the tee at the 40-yard line. Figures to drill this one out of the end zone. And he does.
Yeah.
Calmly. He took about 2 steps and planted it 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, wind at your back with a leg like Olsen has. I'd bet on that hitting the end zone every single time. And he looks effortless there, kicking that one. And that is kind of what you want to do with how dangerous those returners are back there for the Hutto Hippos. All right, let's see if the defense can stifle the explosiveness of this Hippo offense on this drive.
First down for the Hippos at their own 25-yard line. 6:55 to go third quarter. Vipers by 9. Trips wide left, one of the near side empty back set. And pass over the middle, caught and dropped. Oh, broke free and tripped up at the 29-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Jaden Fields got the first guy to miss him, but the Cavalry arrived in time.
Jaden Fields again. I mean, he's got to be well over 100 yards at this point statistically. Wish I had Hank tracking this, but he's having a night.
2nd and 4 from the 29. Dropping back again, Stefan. Pass over the middle, wide open to the 35 to the 40. And can they catch him? Not yet. To the 35 and finally knocked down at the 35-yard line. Man, he gets in space and it's off to the races. First down, Hutto.
Jaden Fields again. I mean, you see the speed of this kid. This is why he plays both ways at a 6A level in Texas. I mean, people don't talk about how elite of a level of football this is and how to play both ways, how great of an athlete you have to be. That's why he's going to Division I. He is a special player.
Snapback drop. Beth fumbled the snap. Blounced right back up to him, rolling to his right. And fires over to the near sideline and a catch made, but he was out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Still a
great play by Stefik
and
Thomas Foote getting pursuit. But, man, he got a lucky bounce there. Bounced right back up into his hands.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that you're hoping for a little more chaos there for the Vipers.
Right.
It's like you don't get those bad snaps a lot. You really don't get those opportunities to get a turnover a lot. That's kind of one of those that happen once a game, and it just happened to take a good bounce for the Hippos. So Stefan makes a great play. Almost completed the pass.
Almost did. He actually caught it.
And rolling out.
2nd and 10 from the Viper 35-yard line. One receiver left, trips to the near side. Stefik dropping back. Pass, right side, fade pattern. That ball is caught and knocked out of bounds at the 10. Took a shot from Karsten Coffey, but hung on to the football.
And that is number 11.
That is Braden Childs. That might be his. He's just a freshman.
Yeah, that is his first catch. And, I mean, what a first catch of the night.
Man.
Hangs on through a big hit from the defensive back.
First and goal from the 10. Dropping back again. Fade pattern. Wall alone. Busted coverage again. Touchdown, Hutto.
There is that man, Jaden Fields. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got every single touch of the football except for that one big catch to number 11. And that is why they're averaging 45 points right there. Viper defense just on their heels.
Yeah.
Hutto Hippos realize this. They're going fast, going tempo. And there's just no one on their best receiver. That is a complete bust to coverage and just defense. They had them on their heels. And Vipers obviously.
Extra point is good, a 2-point game. You know, there was busted coverage in the first half, but it was a halfback pass. You could almost kind of excuse it. That one was just a simple route down the field, and nobody jumped out on him.
Yeah, and that is, you know, you're sick to your stomach as a defensive coach where their best player is wide open in the end zone. It just can't happen. So that's just one of those plays where Hippos do a great job. They stay in tempo. They get a big play. They immediately have a play they go to, do a little motion there, get their guy wide open, and there's no one there. No one there. Really, really good play call. Really nice job. Really nice drive by the Hippos. And now we're off to the races here. Wind seems to not really be affecting either of these offenses as they continue to just move the football here.
Well, we got a 2-point game. Vipers keep getting 3 points. Hutto keeps getting 7. That explains why the Hippos keep creeping closer.
28-30, and I'm definitely a little bit more stressed out now.
Oh yeah.
After seeing those last 2 possessions, Hippos seem to kind of shift to another gear. We know how explosive this offense is, but this second half they've been even more explosive than what we saw in the first.
Hold your breath again. On the onside kick coming up. And this one, pooch kick back to the 25-yard line and up to the 30. Bounces to the outside and knocked down at the 32-yard line. They've got a variety of plays, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is good return. That's actually probably the worst starting field position besides when the Vipers stopped them on the goal line.
Right.
They start inside the 5 there, but that is the worst starting field position they've had all night. So let's see if the offense has had no issue moving the football. Last 2 drives, though, just had issues finishing that drive.
That's right.
So I think expect the offense to keep it moving, but got to find a way to get in that end zone in this one because you're really feeling the pressure of this high-powered offense right now.
Beekler goes in motion to the right side. Teodecki in the shotgun. Play action and pass over to the right side. Got a receiver open out there, and it's Beekler going to make the catch and step out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Good for an 11-yard pickup and a first down. Vandegrift.
Offensive line doing such a good job tonight, giving Teo all day back there to survey his reads and distribute the football.
Still going fast here. First and 10 to the 43. Hand off Moore. Left side tripped up from behind. He's going to fall forward to about the 45 for a gain of 2. Only 1 to give him the 44. Second down and 9.
Really nice play on the edge there by the defender.
Trips here to the near side.
We're in a polecat formation. Hang on. 3 offensive linemen. We got
That's
3 down here.
Shows him coming in motion left to right. So now 4 receivers on the right side. Teodecki dropping back. Looking, dumping it over the middle. Caught, sliding catch made at the 43-yard line. What a catch by Jackman.
Oh, no. Coughed it up at the last second.
Oh, he didn't hang on to it?
No.
Oh, man.
That was a tight window throw right onto him and just through the contact. Couldn't hang on. Love whenever we get these weird formations out there, a little polecat. We saw, they love going to that swinging gate. But now it's 3rd and long, and you're feeling the pressures in offense to convert here and keep this drive moving because of how successful the Hippos have been so far in the second half.
3rd down and 9 from the 44-yard line. Teodecki dropping back, looking, now rolling to his right. Now back to his left, got some running room to the near side. No, he dumps it off underneath, complete to the edge, to the 45 and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Marshall Leineberger, who caught the first touchdown pass of the night, came back and bailed out his quarterback.
Great play by Teodecki there. I mean, solid protection to start. A nice pancake by one of the interior linemen. I want to credit Scott again, but I wasn't sure who it was. Get a really nice pancake block there. Teodecki has great pocket awareness to climb, step inside, realize it's collapsing again when he climbed, moved outside, finds wide receiver. I mean, what a play by this quarterback.
First down at the 42-yard line. Draw play up the middle. Bounce to the near side of the 35. Brown knocked out of the 31. And that'll be good for an 11-yard pickup and another first down.
Again, picking up in chunks in this run game. It's like they've been so successful on the ground. It's hard to not want to run it every play just because of like how great it's been. The Vipers doing a great job of mixing run and pass on this drive. Really keeping the Hippos on their toes on defense.
Hit the turf at the 32, first down and 10. Trips wide right. Teodecki, quarterback draw, up the middle, and looked tentative that time. Goes down for no gain.
Yeah, right there. He was immediately wrapped up, met with the defender, so probably still feeling that cramp probably a little bit. So, just decided to no need to churn the legs on that one, just go down. And that's kind of, any other position, you're like, why don't you keep going there? But as a quarterback, you're like, all right, that's fine. No reason to keep that play going there when you're wrapped up.
You're probably in 4-down territory from here, so trips wide right. Teodecki dropping back, 2nd and 10. Now rolling to his left. Now back to his right. Gets a nice block. Back to his left. In trouble. Steps up. Now he's going to run it himself to the 30. What a collision at the 26-yard line. 3rd and 4. And Teodecki, man, he is taking this team on his shoulder right now. Literally on that play.
I mean, the grit by your quarterback to decide to he doesn't care about his body at all in that run. Lowers his shoulder and meets a defense that, again, we talked about all night long. We've seen it all night long.
Right.
They love to just lay big hits, and he is unafraid there. Really nice play.
3rd down and 4. Draw play up the middle, Brown, and he's going to be very close to the first down marker at the 22. Should be enough. It looks like enough from here.
Let's see where
they're going to move it. Clutch carry from Brown.
Yep. They're going to give it. And I think that's the right call.
Yep.
He kind of fell forward there and reached out the ball as well. It's definitely close. Home fans not happy with that spot, but I think he got enough to get that first.
Yeah, about 7,000 officials disagree with that one, but first down, Vipers at the 22-yard line. Trying to get it back up to a 2-possession game. Teodecki in the shotgun again. Hand off Brown again. Shakes off the first tackler and pushes the pod down to the 20. That was no gain for a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 at the 20.
Yeah, I mean, run play was just absolutely blown up by the Hippo defense there, and Sam Brown keeps his legs churning and able to fall forward for a couple extra yards, and that is the mark of like a solid running back,
right?
Where you turn those negative plays and you just keep moving and you're able to fall forward for a couple extra yards. Really keeps your offense out of a tough spot there.
Gorbeck in the backfield now on a 2nd and 8. Chilton goes in motion. They're going to give it to Gorbeck up the middle. Nice hole inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and about a yard. There's that misdirection again as Chilton coming across the formation opened up the gut, but I think I see a flag down.
Yeah, there's some laundry in the middle of the field with how everyone's reacting. It's going to be on the Vipers. Most likely an illegal formation or illegal shift. So wipes away a really good run by Gorbeck.
Holding is the call.
Holding. I think it's the first of the night for either side.
I think you're right. That puts it all the way back to the 28-yard line where it's 2nd down and 16 to go.
That's much more devastating than one of those 5-yard procedure penalties.
Yeah.
Holding is one of those that statistically way harder to score after a holding call like that. It's kind of taught offensive lineman at a young age.
Low snap. Teodecki gets it. Dumps it up underneath the Chilton on the edge. Makes the first man miss. Dives down to the 20. Gets a big chunk of it back. And makes this a manageable 3rd down and 8 from the 20-yard line. Nice job by Teodecki going down to get that snap without his knee touching down. That's tough to do.
Yeah. We are now in another 3rd and 9, 3rd and long situation here. Right? I think we're at the exact same spot as the last 3rd and 9.
Right.
We're 2 yards outside of the red zone. 3rd and 9 again. I mean, it is this Groundhog Day. I keep seeing the same situation. This end zone close to us. And let's see what the Viper offense has cooking here. They picked up a first pretty easily last time on the ground.
5 seconds on the play clock. 3rd down and 9 from the 21-yard line. Teodecki dropping back and whistle blow. There's going to procedure penalty.
A little late snap there.
Yeah.
Because Teo's clapped for the football and the ball just doesn't get there on time. And
that makes it even tougher.
It's not Groundhog Day, it's a procedure penalty. So now it's 3rd and 14.
Well, the optimist in me says that this gives the receivers more room to operate.
All right, give a little more space there. I mean, what's the difference between 3rd and 9, 3rd and 14? Can't be that much of a difference here. The Vipers have another tough ask on 3rd and long.
Trips wide right, 3rd and 14 from the 26-yard line. Draw play, Brown. Got running room, 20, 15, 10, to the 5, and he slides towards the end zone. No, he's out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a run by Sam Brown.
I mean, I love it. They did this last 3rd down, too. It's just no one's expecting it. It's 3rd and long. A nice little draw play to one of your great running backs, and Sam Brown showing he's got a set of wheels on him, too. Outruns almost the entire defense and barely gets pushed out of bounds right before the end zone. But now you got set up 1st and goal from the 2.
Got to finish this thing off, Matt.
Very excited about where you are field position. Yes, you are looking for 7 points. You cannot come away from this drive with 3.
Right.
It's not an option. It's a go on all downs. You got 4 chances to get in here. Got to score.
Brown stays in the ball game. Line up to the left side of Teodecki. Gets the carry. Nice hesitation. And nice into the end zone. Touchdown, Vandegrift.
There's that rolling. I thought it was always bowling ball, too. I don't know, we talked about it in the group chat, but it's a rolling ball of butcher knives. Sam Brown gets in, but he's looking a little bit more elegant there. Man,
yeah.
He didn't really truck anyone on either of those runs, just making people miss and using his speed, which is not normally what we see out of Sam Brown, but works, gets in the end zone. Really nice play.
And a nice hesitation there. Let that blocking develop in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like James Moore out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Justin Moore, excuse me.
Olsen. Oh, snap dribbles back. Good job by Lawson to get the snap down. The kick is up, and it's good. Lawson Lombard, the backup quarterback, holder. That ball hopped back to him about 3 times. Looked like a shortstop. Picked it up, put it down.
And all night long, it's been kind of low snaps. You've been calling it out, and Lombard is doing. I mean, no one really talks about it, how important of a job it is of a snapper and a holder on those operations for special teams. And Lombard's done a great job all night with a little bit of low snap, struggling with them, getting those holds perfect for Olsen. And it looks like Hutto wasn't even really rushing the kicker at that point because the snap is dribbling back, and the entire Hutto defense is like kind of giving up a little bit. Like they're just kind of standing around. Could have easily gotten a block or some sort of pressure, but plenty of time there for Olsen to knock that one through. So not sure if it was just a call to not rush or what, but they're going to, probably regret not bringing some heat on that one.
Well, the Vipers stop the bleeding and get it back up to a 2-possession game. They've rebuilt the 9-point lead here at 37-28, 1:18 to go, 3rd quarter. And some clutch 3rd down pickups on that drive. Man, oh man, overcoming penalties.
And besides that 95-yard drive that capped off with the field goal attempt, that's the longest drive that resulted in a touchdown tonight for the Vipers.
Olsen kicks this one. This one might be returnable. Bounces into the end zone. Halftime, McNeil 21, Cedar Ridge 14. Bastrop leading Elgin 21-0 2nd quarter. Westwood at the half over Stony Point 14-7. Westwood will be our opponent next week. They've got a new coach. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, but they have been very competitive in most of their games.
Yeah, it's weird to not have Coach Wood be the coach of Westwood. He's been there for so long. Retired last season. So new regime change and everything going on with Westwood.
First down 10 at the 25-yard line. Stefik dropping back. Pass complete over here to the near side. Makes the first man miss. Bounce to the outside. Got to get him down. Hit hard at the 33-yard line. And that'll be good for about an 8-yard pickup.
I mean, there he is again. Jaden Fields.
Yep.
And it seems like, again, I feel like this is Groundhog Day. Every single play I'm seeing Jaden Fields shrug off that first tackle. I mean, this is why he's such the leading wide receiver, leading weapon for this team, plays both ways. This kid, you see it. He's different. This is why he's going to play the next one Division I level. He is just, you give the football in his hands, he's going to make a crazy highlight play every single time.
Empty backside again. Stefik swing pass right side on the edge, up to the 35 and knocked down to the 38-yard line. Good open field tackle by Gavin Law. Bringing down Dylan Owens as we're coming up on the 1-minute mark. 1:06. They stopped the clock to move the chains. We've got an injured. That's Owens down on the field. Gavin Law just came down on top of him, and that does not feel good.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a shout out to Law. That's a nose tackle running out there and making a tackle where the corner is all the way out there. So great effort play by Law. And again, that's a big body landing on you. And Dylan Owens is fast, quick, but he's not the heaviest or he doesn't have the most meat on that frame. So having a big dude like Gavin Law falling you probably doesn't feel good.
Probably
so
not.
He has to come off and he walked off on his own. I'm assuming he probably just got the wind knocked out of him. It's a lot of weight coming down.
Clock moving again, inside of a minute to go, third quarter. 1st and 10. Hutto at their own 38-yard line. Vipers by 9, clinging to that lead. Stefik dropping back, pump fake. Pass over to the right side, caught and knocked out of bounds. Hauled it in with Chavez. They've completely given up on the running game. Every play is a pass here, and it's working for them.
Yeah, and it continues to be this combos of this kind of this trip concept on the right now the boundary side. Bringing out these 3 wide receivers, and they are just kind of mixing up with these different combos of routes where somebody's getting open in these zones, sitting down, and because quarterback Stefik has enough time, he kind of gets to sit back, wait for the route to develop, and deliver it to his wide receiver.
1st and 10 at the Viper 45-yard line. There's a handoff to Chavez to the right side of the 40, and tippy-toes and knocked out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup. Cernick on the stop. But Hutto's on the move again with 45 seconds to go, third quarter.
I mean, yeah, you see, this half is first half. I was like, all right, this is a good offense. You know, I don't know how they're averaging 45 points a game, and now I'm watching them in the second half. I'm understanding a little bit more.
Right,
I knew how explosive it was based on the first half, but right now they look like they cannot be stopped. They're getting it in chunks every single play. Now back to their empty set.
Trips again to the left side, 2 to the near side. Stefik dropping back, 3-man rush. And they get to him, setting up a screen pass, and just had to throw it away. Vipers coming in a hurry. Jake Venuto, the first man there, and also coming in, I think it was that Gorbeck with him?
Yes. We have number 0 coming in. Or no, Parker Davis.
Parker Davis, okay, yeah.
Number 6. And there we go. There's that pressure, gets the quarterback, and then you get an incomplete pass. So it's so crucial here. Obviously, you risk having less people to cover these elite weapons, but to try and speed up the process of this quarterback, he's not great under pressure.
3rd and 4. Pass left side, incomplete. A little bit too high on the throw. On the coverage right there with him was Colt Stevens, yet another sophomore.
And he's made some couple good plays tonight. Now it is 4th down, and I already know what Hutto's thinking.
Oh, yeah, they're going to go for it here.
4th and 5. I'm a little bit calmer. 4th and 5. It's not 4th and 10, you know, so let's see what the Viper defense can do here.
Big play, 4th and 4. What you don't want to do is jump off sides here. Got to stay home. Trips wide left, 1 to the near side. He's trying to draw him off.
Linebackers moving aggressively. Looks like they're bringing some heat here.
Now dropping back. Pass right side and incomplete. Threw it into triple coverage. Chavy's got his hands on it, but man, he took a shot. But that wasn't Chavy's, that was Fields.
And I think that was Colt Stevens again with the laying the hit. I mean, my goodness. What a stop for this defense. We were just talking about how they look like an otherworldly offense the second half.
Right.
And you finally get the pressure on the quarterback. Slow his process down, throws an incomplete pass. A great break up there, a little high pass because you drop that that pressure again, and then a great defensive play by Colt Stevens, who made 2 great plays in that series right there. And just a sophomore laying a big hit on their best player, and he doesn't hang on.
That's right.
What a stop for the Viper defense. Huge stop at this point in the game.
Up by 9. Vipers have the football back. Handoff up the middle. And Brown's going to pick his way up to the 45, still pushing the power forward out to the 46-yard line. 7 yards. And the Vipers might start working the clock just a little bit here. They don't have to be in a hurry. In fact, they're going to come off the field. So 36 minutes in the books, 12 minutes left, and a wild one. We got a shootout, 37-28, Vipers on top. We'll take a break. Be back for the 4th and final quarter. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. Merle Bertrand here along with Matt Sanders. I tell you what, Matt, I feel a little bit better about this game than I did 10 minutes ago when Hutto pulled to within 2.
Yeah, the Vipers have allowed themselves to regain that 2-possession lead, and now they have the football.
Right.
So you're right where you want to be. That stop, so huge for this defense. This second half, they've looked like they were unable to stop this high-powered Hutto offense, and I was getting a little stressed out because we talked about how good they were looking in the second half, but against all odds, they make a great stop there and get the ball back to their offense.
2nd down and 3. Handoff right side. It's going to be Brown again, and he's going to be getting up to the 49-yard line. Going to be very near the first down marker. That should be enough.
Yeah, for progress, they should give him that one. He was pretty much past the marker there. Yeah, they're motioning for the first.
So now Justin Moore comes back in. First down, Vipers at their own 49-yard line. Just underway, 4th quarter.
And yeah, Vipers in no hurry here. This is the game plan at this point. Do not give the ball back to keep the Hutto offense off the field as long as possible. And take your time. This run game has been working all night long.
Yep.
Just keep going back to it. Throw when you have to.
Trips wide left. Teodecki in the shotgun. Hand off to Moore. Up the middle. Big burst of speed. The hole closes, but the push gets it down to the 46-yard line. Didn't look like much, but it turned into a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, that hole opened huge right at the start of the play. I thought he was about to go off to the races there, but like you said, closed quickly. And second effort, it gets a nice, again, 5-yard gain, 4-yard gain on these first downs. It makes your job as an offense so much easier, and they're going quick.
Trips to the far side again.
Hard snap. One of the Hutto defenders was
he
way
jumped
in the neutral zone, but right there, probably just a hard count, no call to snap it unless you're 100% sure.
Teodecki again up the middle, and this time Moore knocked down at about the 44-yard line. Gain of 2 sets up a critical 3rd and 3 here for Vandegrift as the clock continues to move.
I was a little surprised at first, and they were going fast tempo because they need to slow this game down, but good call there to just do a hard snap. See if you can get the extra free 5 yards. No snap, and again, taking your time here. You got 20 seconds on the play clock, and Gorbeck is in the game.
Yes, he is.
3rd and about 3. 3rd and a long 3.
Two receivers left, one to the near side. Teodecki hands it off to Gorbeck, and a big collision, and it's going to depend on the spot. I think he's a yard shy. 4th down and a yard and a half.
I don't think he got it, but this is a hard situation.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're already past the 50, but it's 4th and 1. This is one of those, statistically, you say, let's go for it.
And the Vipers down. Gorbeck is down. Gorbeck has been shaken up this year. He's been battling through injuries, mostly playing on the defense. And there was some question talking to Coach earlier in the week whether or not Gorbeck and Hugo LeVar Vasquez were even going to play tonight. Boy, they have played and made massive contributions. Gorbeck playing on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he has been kind of banged up all season. He's such a huge part of this defense. When he's on the field, we talk about how do you feel the difference that he makes. He's such a great communicator. Coach talks about him as a leader. And he gets up and walks off the field a little gingerly on that right leg. I almost wanted to say, like, was that on purpose to get a free timeout? It looked a little bit theatrical, and he kind of waltzes off there on his own power. And he kind of knows he's coming out on the next play. So that was one thing I was thinking of, like, did they plan him to get a free time out there and talk about this one because of the big 4th down?
Offense stays on the field. 4th down and a long yard. One receiver left, one to the near side. Moore lined up in the pistol behind Teodecki. Chilton comes in motion. Handoff, Moore. That's actually Ryan Brar, and I don't think he got there.
He did not. They're going to mark
officials are always saying turnover on downs.
And from a running back that has been so good in those short yardages, just doesn't get the extra push there at the end of that run to pick up the first, and so they turn over on downs. Still up 2 possessions, but
that's right.
Giving the ball back to this offense is not what you want to do.
Especially at the 43-yard line.
No.
But I still like the call. I still like going for it.
Yeah, I think you have to go for it there. I think because of how explosive they are, the punt really doesn't change how effective their offense is, so I like the call to go. Just
dropping back. Fake pattern over the center of the field. That ball is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Trying to get it down to Dylan Owens.
Oh. And, I mean, they can run that play 20 yards back, too, you know. So that's why I'm like, I'm fine going for it there.
That's right, yeah.
They will just air it out either way. It does not matter for the Hippos.
Ball's harmlessly to the carpet. 2nd down and 10 from the 43-yard line. 9:45 left in regulation time. It's not close in Manor. 44-3. Vista Ridge over the Mustangs. No surprise there. Two receivers right, two to the near side. Stefik dropping back again. Vipers bringing pressure up the middle. Deflected. Almost intercepted twice.
My goodness. Bounced off the hands of the receiver. Bounced off one of the defenders. I believe one of the linebackers couldn't see it. And then right into the hands of the sophomore Colt Stevens for a chance to get, I believe that would be his first interception of his career. So. And just really hard catch there. Can't bring it in.
3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Yeah, Vipers brought some good pressure that time. They just ran a stunt and got some pressure on Stefik. Stefik dropping back. Pass over the center of the field. Deflected. This one is almost intercepted again.
Is that Colt Stevens again? Yeah, it is.
It is.
23. I mean, he's got to be a little bit upset at not bringing two. As a DB, you don't get the ball that close to an interception very often. Like the whole season, guys only have one interception maybe. And to get 2 back-to-back plays where the ball is right in your hands to intercept it there, he's got to be a little bit sad about not bringing in either of those.
Especially since the offense is staying on the field here. Could have been Viper football. Instead, Hutto's going to get one more crack at it here. 4th and 10. Matt's favorite down and distance.
No. I am really stressed right now about this one. Let's see what the Vipers can do. Just need sound coverage here. But, again, I feel like the distance on these 4th downs don't really matter for this offense that they get it in chunks anyway.
Dropping back, Stefik. Looking. Pass. Right side. Batted up in the air. And dropped again, but that's okay. Vipers will get it either way.
And big stop there. And that was number 21, almost with the interception. That's Chase
Ritchie.
Thought it was Colt Stevens again for a second. Saw the 2. That would have been comical. But great stop there for the Viper defense. And, again, just when I thought this offense couldn't be stopped, they were rolling. The defense comes up with 2 huge stops in this game, bailing out their offense, giving them a chance again to breathe. Still 9 points up with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Viper offense, you get the ball already past 50.
Right.
You are in a position here to at least get some sort of points, most likely. You're really close to field goal range already, and you are in no hurry here. Great opportunity to close this one out on this drive.
Yeah, choose some clock and get some points.
And extend this lead a little bit more.
So 1st down, Vandegrift. They'll take over at the Hutto 43-yard line. Now Moore lines up in the pistol behind Teodecki. They'll get the handoff, and he's going to be hit and dropped immediately. Good play by Hutto.
Really great stunt by the Hutto Hippos.
Number 14 on this play. That is their leading tackler, Braden Daniel, senior linebacker, making a senior linebacker play there.
And at this point, you know what the Viper offense is trying to do.
Right.
You know they're trying to run the ball. So this Hutto defense is kind of teeing up their run stunts, bringing pressure off the edge, and they are just prepping for that. They are not prepared for the pass at all, but they know the Vipers want to try and get this clock moving because of their offense.
2nd down, 11, loss of a yard. Play clock down to 5. Just to get it off. Hand it off to Moore on the left side, and he's going to be dropped for a loss again. I think it was the same guy. It was.
Yep, number 14.
3rd down, 11.
Another senior linebacker type play for a negative gain, and this is probably what you don't want to happen on this drive. You just get a great stop by your defense, and then you go backwards 2 plays. And Hutto defense, who, over the season has struggled giving up points. It's okay defense, but not the best.
Right.
And tonight I've given up 37 points to the Vipers, but you're in this game when they're needed right now with their bailing their offense out. 2 negative plays. Now it's 3rd and long for the Vipers with 8 minutes left in this one.
Got to hurry. Got 7 seconds on the play clock. A stop today. A timeout. Timeout, Vandegrift. This is a big play. They want to make sure they're on the same page. 3rd down and about 12 from the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and at this stage of the game, you're up 2 possessions. So though you feel like those timeouts aren't really as necessary, you're not in comeback mode. You're more in preserve the lead. So this 3rd and long, such a huge call, such a huge down. If you get this 1st down, you can continue milking this clock. And honestly, getting this 1st down puts you almost in about Olsen's field goal range at that point. So that is kind of what they are looking for on this one, so going to talk this one over. I really like the timeout here just to make sure, because of how big this third down is this stage in the game. A stop for the Hutto defense just, again, shifts momentum back to their side and bails out their offense, which has been stopped twice in a row by this Viper defense.
So 3rd down and 12. ECU defeating Killeen Chaparral out in Killeen, 49-0. Hank Hudson check it in. Says, what a game. Close it out, Vipers.
I'm with you, Hank. Close this one out. Let's get back.
3rd down from the 45-yard line. Shuttle pass underneath the Beekler to the outside of the 40, to the 36-yard line. Going to set up a 4th down at about 3. Nifty little shuttle pass there to Beekler. So now you got a decision again, 4th and 3. Got knocked out of bounds, but the clock's still rolling here.
Love the misdirection of that play. You get Chilton going in motion, bringing that, all defense's eyes on number 1.
Right.
On 3rd and long. He's hurting them all night long. And you get your second leading receiver, the Beak Freak, moving a little shovel pass, and he almost gets the turn there, but it's 4th and about 3, and they're going to go here as they're well into the Hippo territory.
Now he drops back to push punt, Teodecki, and he just kind of pokes it. See how it lands at the 5, and the Vipers are going to down it at the 2. Perfectly executed. I think that's just Teodecki's 2nd punt of the year, and the first one had similar results, if I remember.
I think it was. Yeah, another one that pinned him inside the 5 last time we saw that. That's why that pooch kick is so deadly. There's no returner back there, especially if you execute it. The Vipers do a really good job of just like, hey, last second, let me back up a couple extra yards. Defense doesn't have time to react. Snap to T.O., and what an athlete. Baseball player, quarterback, punter, too. Really nice punt, and great effort by the Viper receivers to get down there and down them. Now pinned back, but again, you give them a lot of field to go, but, I mean, look at the set they're in. They're already spreading out and get ready to throw it in their own end zone.
I think they've run the ball one time in the second half, and they're going to run it the second time. Bounce to the left side, gets out across the 5 to the 10, to the 20, and tripped up at the 23-yard line. Saving a touchdown was Karsten Coffey, a junior defensive back, or he would have still been running. Great run there by Chavies.
And that is almost the punt yards back on that first play. That's how explosive it is. So that is the drawback of punting back to this offense. See, they can get it in chunks when they need to.
Stefik, swing pass on the edge, complete up to the 25, and gets behind the defense and knocked out of bounds. And boy, oh boy, Luke Davis, another sophomore, just got a shoulder pad to hold him up. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. But they're moving quickly here. 7:03 to go.
Yeah, they are obviously know they need to move quickly. Down 2 possessions. With now, he was out of bounds to stop the clock on that one. So 7 minutes and 3 seconds left in this one.
One receiver to the right, to the near side for Stefik. They go empty back again, dropping back. Fade pattern on the left side behind the defense, caught to the 40 and out of bounds to the 35-yard line. Perfectly thrown football. Not bad coverage there from Chase Ritchie, but Stefik just dropped it right in there.
I'm pretty sure every single play of this drive for the Hippos so far has been over 20 yards.
I think you're right.
Maybe over 15 after that one catch. But, I mean, this is as explosive as it gets, and they continue to get out of bounds. So, really, there's only been about 25 seconds, maybe 30 seconds of length of this drive so far. Still 7 minutes left on the clock right now.
First down 10 at the Viper 35-yard line. Fake the handoff, looking. Pass to the near side. That ball is well overthrown and incomplete. Nice job there by Brady Cernick to make sure that the receiver's okay as they collided into some piece of track. It's the tarp covering up the long jump pit there.
Sand pit. So that's, again, looking for his main man, Jaden Fields, down there as he kind of tumbles into that sand pit covered with a tarp at the back of the end zone. Kind of hits his head as he has to get off the field for a play.
Second down 10 from the 35-yard line. That time it is a draw play up the middle and going to be stacked up after about a 3-yard pickup. And going to bring up a key. 3rd down and 7 from the Vandegrift 32. That will keep the clock running. Chavy's on the carry. 4 Vipers involved on the stop.
So 3rd and about 7 here. Number 1, who has been torching the Vipers all night long, is currently on the sidelines on this big 3rd down.
Dropping back, Stefik dumps it off underneath, complete on the edge of the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Hutto. Chavies lined up on the left side, and we're going to have a 2-point game here after the extra point. Whew.
And I am immensely more stressed now after watching that drive. I mean, the defense has 2 back-to-back stops, which is amazing against how good this offense is. I cannot talk enough about how high-powered this offense is. I'm watching with my own eyes. I'm going to say this is the best offense in the district of all the games I've watched so far. And it's a serious team. This defense makes 2 good stops, and the Viper offense just stalls out right when they need them. They need to get some sort of points there to kind of get a little bit of cushion.
They had a chance to put this game away.
And Hutto defense stands up tall, gets the ball, gets a stop. And even though they have a great pooch punt inside the 2, this Hutto Hippos drive 98 yards in about a minute and a half and score.
A 2-point conversion attempt here. I don't understand this. Stefik, fake pat on the left side and incomplete. So, I don't understand. You kick the point here, you get a 2-point ball game. A field goal could win it for you. Now a field goal would just tie it up. So, we talked about the shakiness of the kicking game maybe a little bit. I don't understand that at all.
I don't understand it either because, now it's a 3-point game. And if you don't have a kicker, now you have to rely on a field goal to even tie it, not a win.
Right.
So maybe they went for 2 because they want to, win with a 2-point conversion. Maybe later down the line with a score. Maybe that they're trying to think that far ahead right now.
Yeah.
That's the only logic I can think of where, maybe the Vipers score again. They go for 1, and then they just go for 2 again to cut that 2-point lead closer. And that would be erased because they get that extra point from their score, and then if they scored again, that'd be the other 2, so then it'd be tied. So I guess that's the mindset there, that they're not going to ever kick a field goal, so they're just going to keep scoring. Right. So I guess that's the thought process that their coaches have, but right there, now it's a 3-point game, and so you need a field goal to now tie it up, not to win, and that'll change a little bit how this game will play out. But based on what they've told us, I guess they're just saying, hey, we're never going to kick anyway, so why not go for 2?
Well, hold your breath. Here comes another one of those goofy kickoffs. Vipers have done a good job of this so far tonight, but law of averages.
I got to test my blood pressure or something. This game is making me extremely stressed out with not only how good this offense is, but these onside kicks after the touchdowns are
you can't relax.
Stressful.
There it is again, and this one, a fairly easy play there, nicely done by Madden Child, a sophomore or a junior tight end with good hands.
I really want to see the stats. I'm going to talk to somebody and be like, hey, how often have these guys actually got their onside kicks? Because tonight,
whatever it is, it's 0 for tonight, so it's going down.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it really doesn't seem beneficial. I guess I don't know if they don't have a kicker that can kick that deep, and maybe that's kind of where it's been forced to, but you're continually putting this Viper offense at the 50. You're just saying, here, have a free 50 yards.
Yeah.
And if you're even kicking out of the back of the end zone, here, have a free 25 yards, which is a huge a difference in field position in a football game.
Especially with this offense that needs to deliver here. Handoff right side more, and the running game has been stuffed. Nice job by Carlos Sorto, who was shaken up early in the ball game. He comes back in and stuffs more for maybe a yard in the play, 2nd and 9. Getting a little conservative maybe. I think the Vipers need to toss it around a little bit because Hutto's selling out on the run.
Yeah, they are fully expecting the Viper offense to – this is what they've done so far. Play conservative, try and milk this clock because of how good this offense is, but now you're feeling the pressure of you got to get a drive going.
And Tiadeke keeping himself. That looked like a busted play. He's going to slide down there and he's going to lose another yard. Sets up a 3rd and 14.
Disastrous at this point in the game. You not sure if the running back or T.O. or who's wrong there on which side they're handing it off. Honestly, I'm pretty sure. I would want to say maybe that's T.O.'s fault because they have the fullback on the left side, and then usually that's kind of where you're pointing to run, but they could easily miss direction there.
Now 3rd down, and Tiadeke comes off the field, and Lawson Lombard's in the ball game. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. 3rd down and 13. Lombard going to drop back, looking. Dumps it off underneath, caught at the 45, to the 50, and out of bounds. Chilton at the 50-yard line. Gets about 4 of it back, but it sets up a 4th down and long. I mean, I think you have to punt it here.
I mean, yeah, you got to punt. There is a lot going on right now. So you have the busted play. Tedeki comes out. I'm not sure if he either like tapped himself out or if he's injured or what's going on. Lombard comes in, delivers a good pass to Chilton, but just, you're already backed up, not enough for the first. And so you just go 3 and out and punt. Putting a lot of pressure on your offense now to stop this so far insane offensive unit for the Hippos.
Wally Olsen, 42.9 yards per punt, and he launches a good one. Caught at the 10-yard line. So Hutto with a long ways to go, but we saw them just drive at 98 yards in under a minute.
Yeah, maybe 2 minutes off the clock between both of the drives. The
Right.
Vipers really only wasted about a minute to 45 seconds of clock time on that drive, really. And the conservative play calling, obviously that's the mindset. You want to run the clock, keep the clock moving, but the Hippos are now expecting a run, so they are doing great on run defense now, which originally they were struggling. And they get a 3 and out.
Stefik dropping back, dumps it off underneath. Oh, he fumbled. He dropped it. And going to be down at about the 2-yard line. It looked like he went back to pass, and the ball just kind of came out of his hand, maybe?
I think he looked for a pass, and then with pressure in his face, he maybe tried to bring the ball back and felt like he was going to fumble it or something, and then that's just one of those mistakes. But that is what this defense needs.
That's
it's now
exactly
second and forever. I don't even know. It's second and
19
something
from back at the 2-yard line. I think that was DeLavar Vasquez says, thank you very much for the sack.
It's a free.
Christmas comes early.
Free sack there, but man, they're backed up. But I still, again, do not feel comfortable.
Oh, not at all.
With how this offense has been playing tonight.
Dropping back, pass over to the right side, overshot him and almost picked off again. I think it was Tobias Gray in the neighborhood. That number's awful small from up here because my eyes are old. But third down and 19.
Tobias Gray near the football there, and he had a lot of interceptions last year. I think he has 1 so far this season right now.
Yeah.
You're looking for guys like that to maybe get a turnover at a crucial stage in this game, but 3rd and 19. Again, this is not a normal offense. They're backed up in their own end zone, and I am still stressed right now that they can pick up 19 yards in one play right here. So they're in an empty set, all spread out.
Dropping back, Stefik. Screen pass, right side complete to the 5, up to the 10, to the 15, and dives to the 19-yard line, but shy of the first down. So now 4th down and 3. They did it in 19. They picked up 16, 4th and 3. Clock moving, 4:05 to go. I think they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, you got to. With how your offense has been playing, you're going to look for a little quick hitch, a little screen.
Try to get him to jump off sides. Vipers staying disciplined with the 3-man front. 4th down and 3. Stefik, the empty back set. Dropping back. Over the middle. Caught. No! Yeah, he did catch it to the 35 to 37-yard line. I saw his pink spat come off. I thought the ball came out. But it was Jaden Fields hauling it in for a clutch first down.
I mean, you look for your main man, number 1, Jaden Fields, who last drive was out.
Yeah.
Comes back in, and he looks like he's not affected at all after taking a little break. And that's the guy you key on. He's your main guy. He has the surest hands on the team. He's your leading receiver, and what a play by that young man to bring that one in and get a first down for his offense.
They had him at 3rd and 19. Now it's a running play left side. Cutting it back up to the 40 and out to the 44. Big pickup there of about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Coming up on the 3-minute mark in regulation time. Field goal would tie. But Hutto's not thinking field goal here.
I would be very surprised if we saw any sort of field goal attempt at all from this team. They're looking for a touchdown or bust.
And they're not in any hurry here. This is their drive. 3rd and 3 from the 44. 2nd and 3 from the 44. 2 backs in the backfield. Stefik. Play action. Dumps it off underneath. Right side. Complete on the edge to the 45. Good for the first down to the 50. Tripped up at the 49-yard line.
Another first down for the Hippos. And they are started way back down in their own end zone.
3rd and 19.
3rd and 19. They pick up the first down, and they have just been moving now after that 2 negative plays.
About a 1-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. 1st and 10 from the Viper 49. Stefik dropping back. Looking. Got a receiver open over the middle of the field and overshot him. Man, he had Carson Fields, a sophomore, open between two defenders and just overthrew it. Vipers caught a break there.
Again, Stefik has had so much time this drive.
Yeah.
That's really been the difference right now of whether he's making a really nice throw or throwing it towards our DBs back there, is pressure in his face. And Vipers need to get after him a little bit to disrupt his momentum right now in the passing game.
2nd and 10 from the Vandegrift 49. Stefik rolling left, looking, dumps it off underneath, and caught again at the 34-yard line. Another sensational catch by Jaden Fields. He had Tobias Gray draped all over him, and he caught it anyway. But the flag on the far side. Hold on. Flag on the far side.
Let's see what this is. This is a huge penalty.
And Hutto's backing up. Ineligible downfield.
Yep.
That's what I was hoping for, the
that
play that took that long.
That is the issue. It's one of those roll-out bootlegs, and as an offensive line, you are taught to kind of block it like a stretch play. You know,
Right.
you are doing your stretch zone steps, so it's really easy to kind of drift downfield a little bit there. The ref sees it, throws the flag, and that wipes away a big first down. So now it's 2nd and 15, and we have just hit the 2-minute timeout. And man, this is some drama ending of this one. 34-37. Vipers are up by 3. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left. It'll be 2nd and 15, which means virtually nothing. I mean,
yeah, do we even need to talk about how long it is the first down at this point? I feel like the only times we need to talk about what's going on is 3rd or 4th down. Let's just stick to 4th down because you know they're going for it on 4th down. And, man, this defense has gotten some good stops so far, though, in the second half. So it's not like they can't do it.
Right.
But so far on this drive specifically, they had 2 great negative plays to start, but now the Hutto offense looks like it's back to its well-oiled self. So best case scenario here, obviously a stop for the Vipers.
Right.
But if there were to be a touchdown, you hope there's enough time that it happens quick. It's often one of those explosive plays. Give the ball back to the Viper offense where they can now feel like, okay, well, we can't be conservative anymore. We got to go score points.
Right.
So that is the 2 best outcomes. Number 1, you want to stop from this defense. Let's see if the Vipers can do it one last time in the second half.
So here we go. 2nd and 15 from the Hutto 46-yard line. Wind at his back. Stefik dropping back. Looking. In trouble. They dropped the football. Ball's out. Scramble for it. Back at the 37. Who's got it?
2 offensive linemen for the Hippos.
Oh, Hutto got it back.
The offensive lineman, number 60 for the Hippos, comes up with that one.
Chris Kershaw may have saved the game.
That's
for
a hero
Hutto.
play. That's as big as a hero play you can get as an offensive lineman. You hold up that football. It's your firstborn right there, like he's out of the Lion King. But now it's 3rd and forever. It doesn't even matter where the first down is. You know this team is throwing it deep.
3rd down and 23. Stefik dropping back. Pass over the middle. Intercepted at the 45-yard line.
My goodness. Who is it? Who made the play?
39. That is Luke Davis, another sophomore. The super sophomores come through big.
My goodness. What a play. This young sophomore. I mean, we got 2 young sophomores back there making plays all over. Cole Stevens, Luke Davis. And Luke Davis comes up with a game-changing interception. I mean.
Wow.
My goodness. And it couldn't have come at a better time.
That's exactly right.
Stefik, who has been laser accurate all night long, except when he's under pressure, has a clean pocket there, and just trusts his receiver a little bit too much. Tries to anticipate a move inside, but Davis is there. What an interception, and what a play from that young man, a sophomore making a game-saving play. Not quite over yet. Hippos have 3 timeouts, 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Vandegrift needs to get a first down to ice this one away.
And Lombard is back in a quarterback. So Teodecki might be a little shaken up. He's taking a beating tonight. Handoff up the middle. Brown makes the first man miss to the outside, to the 50, to the 45, and down inside the 45 to 42-yard line.
Down. And that is what you want to see. First time out for the Hippos.
And Sam Brown almost went down in the backfield, but he was able to shake off that first tackle attempt and scamper around the left side for 13 yards.
I mean, these are the fun ones, Merle. These
it's
are
been
fun
a
to
while
call.
since we've had one of these.
Yeah, it has. That's why I skipped last week. I knew it would be too boring. Want
Right.
to come back for this game. This is what I wanted to see, the drama and the intensity of this one. And I mean, both these teams, amazing, hard-fought battles so far in this one. 1 minute 12 left, 2 timeouts for the Hippos. I don't think is it quite over yet with the play 40-second
40-second play clock, right? 40 or 45?
I think it's 40. I
Yeah.
could be wrong. Pretty sure is it over?
Got to be pretty close. They could
Yeah.
stop it once, it'd be second down. Stop it again, it would be third down. I think it might be over if they just hang on to the football. Although they're coming out, they're going to run a play
out
here.
and running a play, so it's not quite over yet.
Trips here to the near side for Lombard. Hand off Brown, and he's going to break a tackle again to the 35 to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Vandegrift. Sam Brown ran through the defenders and would not go down.
My goodness. And at this stage in the game,
hey Matt, it's over.
I think we're good. I think we're good. I mean, love to see that. Sam Brown, I mean, looked identical to the run before. He shrugs off the guy in the backfield, and off he goes to the races. And that's one of those plays where, like, do you go down? Why not? Just score the touchdown, kid. You're up 10 now, barring the extra point.
Lombard's waiting for his kicker to come out.
Wiley Olson here on this one. 17 seconds, 15. Got to speed up a little bit here. 9 seconds left. Olson not in any hurry. Hopefully he can knock this one through.
This isn't exactly Geronimo here. 2, you get the snap off, and the kick
That'll
is
be good.
up.
Just in time.
And it is good. 44-34. Before that play, Matt, I was thinking, Lombard's on the field. Just make a clean exchange.
Yeah.
That sounds so simple, but when you're coming in cold, you don't get the majority of the reps, especially with your first string backs. Just make a clean exchange, and then Sam Brown breaking tackles all the way.
Yeah, that is something that, you don't get a lot of those live game reps. I'm sure in practice he's gotten a ton of handoffs with Brown and all that stuff, but it's a little bit different feel on game day. So nice job by Lombard to just, command the offense there and ice this one under his command. Really nice job coming in there for Tiadecki, who I hope is okay. I hope
he's okay.
At this point, I'm assuming he's some sort of injury or something is going on. So he has been such a big part of why this offense is so good. So hopefully he's all right.
Well, we had the cramp earlier. He's been taking shots left and right. And the last few carries, he just didn't quite look 100%. So,
but in a game like this, you don't just take him out because he doesn't look 100%.
Right.
It's such a close game. So it has to be something they're a little bit concerned about. So hopefully he's okay.
I'm trying to find him on the sidelines. I haven't seen him yet. He's there. He's standing right next to Gorbeck at about the 45-yard line. So he's standing doing the Grunk squad stuff here now. And a high kick. Fielded out the 22 to the 25. Got to get him down and knocked down to the 33-yard line. I don't know about you, but 58 seconds to go with this offense. I'm still not relaxing.
I could definitely, see them somehow getting a score.
And they're recovering one of those goofy outside kicks.
That's the only thing that is a little bit nightmarish here because they are all they do is do onside kicks. So it's a team that if you're going to if you need an onside kick, I would probably put them as one of the highest odds to recover. We haven't seen it yet tonight, but they do it so often. I'm sure they've practiced it enough to be a well-oiled machine at this point, but they have to score first. They have to score some sort of points, and they'll have 58 seconds left with 2 timeouts remaining.
Stefik dropping back, looking, and he's got to be flushed out of the pocket. He's got some running room, fires over to the right side, and caught. Sliding catch made at about the 44-yard line. And just like that, they pick up about 21 yards. Carson Fields, the sophomore, hauling it in. Took 7 seconds off the clock. First down to the Viper 45. The receiver's way down the field. They got to get back on side. Stefik dropping back again. This time in trouble, spins free, buys himself some time, throws it up for grabs. This one might be, just threw it away. He had Dylan Owens in the neighborhood, and he also has got an injured Hutto player down on the field. Who is that? That's number 90 in his face, Rohan Sturgeon, the senior defensive lineman. Second down coming up.
43 seconds left in this one. Yeah, injured Hippo, offensive lineman down. Hopefully he's all right.
Westwood 21, Stony Point 7. Don't overlook Westwood. You know, we talked about Coach Woods not being there. I interviewed him over the summer, or right before he stepped down. Yeah. He was ready to go. He said, for the first time, I'm sleeping at night, not under pressure. But what a great job he did. A lot of people don't know that I actually broadcast Westwood football for 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, on KMX Sports. And then when Vandegrift came online, I moved over to Vandegrift, and I've been there ever since. And the guy who does the Westwood games, I recommended him. He's been there ever since.
Really?
So
he's the voice of the Warriors, but doesn't have as good of a name as the voice of the Vipers.
No.
Don't know if there's as good of a name as that.
Trying to see who's injured here for.
It's really hard to see the numbers. One of the offensive linemen.
And you hate to see that in a game that they're down by 10 points. This is a good ball club. They can't afford to lose people.
Obviously, you still want to play and for a win on this one, but
looks like Jaden Mack, a junior offensive lineman, walking off the field on his own power. That's good to see. He's a big fella.
Yeah, he is. You can tell he's big all the way from up here.
He can't wait for Thanksgiving.
I didn't look like that when I was playing high school ball. I can tell you that much. It's a big kid.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Not out of the woods yet. Ball spotted at the Viper 45. Shifts to the near side, one wide to the right for Caden Steffek. Dropping back, pressure coming up the middle. Now the pocket breaks down again. He gets free. 45 to the 40, and Steffek with a nifty move inside the 35, inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, and the flag comes in after the play. As a couple players get tangled up. Let's check this.
Yeah, throwing it back towards the pocket makes me think it's probably a holding call. I mean, it's right where the pocket was developing. And
yep, Hutto's backing up.
Yeah, going to be a holding call.
And that took a lot of time off the clock, 35 seconds.
Hugo De La Var Vasquez chasing down Steffek there. That's also probably got to be one of the scariest things. We talk about covering onside kicks. Probably another scary thing is running away from defensive hits that are coming to.
Oh, personal foul face mask because they got tangled up over there. That pushes them way back.
Yeah, normally you don't see a face mask on the offense, but you can. It does happen in the trenches sometimes. You're trying to block. Sometimes when you punch your hand, it can slip up and hit the face mask and you grab it on accident. Happens all the time. But just never really called. It's hard to see, but in that situation, refs catch it and back the offense up. Is now 2nd and about 22.
Yeah, dropping back, Steffek looking. Dumps it off underneath, and a sliding effort made, but a ball is incomplete. Dylan Owens finally unable to haul one in. 3rd down, 27 seconds. Cedar Ridge and McNeil tied at 28 in the 3rd quarter.
Whew. That has big implications.
Huge implications.
The playoff race and who gets a share or owns the whole district title. So
that game is on Vype. We've got 2 broadcasts for that one. So once we're done, you can check it out and see how it all turns out. It'll be done after we're off the air. Setting up a screen pass, completed, deflected up in the air, and incomplete. Almost
intercepted
wound up in
by
the hands. Yeah,
Thomas Foote. The fast foot comes in. And it is now 4th and 22 here. You can chalk this one up. 23 seconds left. Barring some sort of miracle that has yet to happen in football history, the Vipers are set up pretty good here.
Yeah, Coach Reinhardt's going to call a timeout. What a great job he has done here at Hutto, the former offensive coordinator at North Crowley. And I think I said it in the pregame interview with Coach. I stuck around after the state championship game last year and watched North Crowley just absolutely demolish Westlake.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. He doesn't quite have the same number and quality of athletes here at Hutto, but he has come in and really got this program going.
I mean, you're not the exact same, but pretty close.
Pretty close.
I mean, these
40
are
points is still
these are some really good weapons that, again, I've talked very high praise of this Hippo offense tonight because this is truly I still think this is probably the best offensive unit in the district besides the Vipers. I'll say Vipers number 1.
Right.
These guys number 2 in just terms of just like. I mean, I haven't been this scared of an offense in like 4th and 30 ever. This is 4th and 22, and I still feel like they can pick this up if they get a catch.
I'm going to have night sweats tonight after this game is over. 4th down and 22, dropping back. This is the last gasp here for Hutto. He's going for it all up the near sideline. That ball is incomplete, and no flags anywhere. And the Viper defense gets to stand, take a knee, and get out of here with a hard-earned win. Man,
That's
oh man!
For this one, I mean, what a classic game. I mean, there's a reason this team was undefeated in district play coming into this one. This is a serious football team, and they are, especially on the offensive side of football, I think their defense came to play, especially in the second half.
Right.
Really good job. But the Vipers remain the victors in this one, stifle off their comeback right at the end, and were able to put this one down 44-34 as the Vipers come out to kneel this one out.
The word outlast comes to mind.
Yeah.
They got that lead early and made it stand up the rest of the way.
Through some adversity, the Vipers get through this one.
There's a snap. There's your knee from Lombard, and that is going to do it. A clutch road win against a very, very good Hutto ball club. And the Vandegrift Vipers get the win here tonight at Hutto Memorial Stadium, 44-34. I'm exhausted. It's going to be a long drive back.
Yeah. It is nice facilities and stuff, but a little bit out of the way from our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Driving over here was about an hour.
Especially with that 6 o'clock start time,
So it was trek over here, but that drive's a little sweeter after a victory.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not less time to think about all the things you could have done right or what you could have done different, but when you get a win, a little sweeter on that drive home.
Yeah, about 8 or 9 very happy Viper assistant coaches in the booth to our right packing up. They'll enjoy that ride home, and the Vipers get the win here tonight, 44-34. We'll call up the standings again coming into tonight. Don't have a way to update them in real time, but Hutto is now 5-1. Vandegrift is now 5-1. Round Rock is 4-2 at the bye. Vista Ridge is going to be 4-2. The question mark for tonight's action, Cedar Ridge and McNeil. They were knotted up. If McNeil wins, they will join that three-way tie at 5-1. If Cedar Ridge hangs on, McNeil will fall back into a three-way tie with Round Rock and Vista Ridge, and the Vipers will be in first place and have the tiebreaker over Hutto. You know, you kind of felt like you lost that game to McNeil and the end of the world would come, but Coach said it's still all right there. We could share a title. We could win it outright, and the Vipers have put themselves in a position to do just that.
Yeah, that loss, you feel it's so, like you said, feel like the world's ending on a loss like that. And it does feel like that because it's a team that just last season you roll through the district, you go undefeated, you win the district title. Season before, same exact thing. Season before, same exact thing.
Right.
And it's just you've been so used to just going out, you put on the uniform, and you expect to win every single day. And that is just what it is. And a loss like that was just hadn't happened before historically in this district. And so you felt like, man, what is this team? Are we any good? But the response of the team since then has been amazing. They bounced back, continue to improve week in, week out.
Right.
Week in, week out. And I think this team has been challenged a lot. This game is another great challenge they can mark off, and that's one of those ones they get out with the dub on a road game with no band. An early moved up start, and they get a nice 10-point win over an undefeated district team in the Hutto Hippos. And this is a huge win for the Vipers this season to move, and now they are right there for the taking of this, either sharing or having outright this district title that they've had for the last couple of years.
So 44-34, Vipers get the win. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Coach Sanders twice. We'll hear one of his sayings. It's the first of two results that he asked of his team. And Brian Spiels will catch up with Coach down on the sidelines, and we'll get Coach's immediate thoughts after a big win. 44-34, Vipers with the win. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal, Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken Eat. Gotta have their sweet tea.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
This is the time we use to talk about everything that makes us who we are besides the plays we run, if you will. So we've talked about our 4 hallmarks. We've talked about our 3 questions. And now we get into the part of our 2 results. And we have at Vandegrift, we say the 4-3-2. And so our 2 results are graduate with honors and become a man of honor. We'll talk tonight about graduate with honors. So I just wanted to have something that reminded our young men of why they're in school anyway. I think a lot of guys, and I'd say probably over 80% of my guys bet that they are just there to play some football and have some fun. So we have to remind them that you need to take your grades seriously. The grades unlock so many things for young people that they don't understand. And one of the things that we tell them is how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I'm a hard worker on the football field, I need to be a hard worker in the classroom. If I'm respectful in my relationships outside, then I need to be respectful of my teacher and my classmates inside. You can see how that would be something super valuable to talk about, is how we do the classroom, how we handle our assignments, and all the extra tests and quizzes says a lot about who we are and who we're developing into. And then the last thing I always talk to our young men about is this stereotype of being a dumb jock. You know, we want to smash that stereotype. I've had guys graduate in the top 10 at Vandegrift. Isn't that crazy? And then, of course, multiple guys top 10%. Multiple guys have gotten academic scholarships and gone on to play in college or just become an engineer or a doctor. We have all those kinds of guys, and they all took their grades seriously. And so I think it's important for me as one of their leaders in their lives to remind them that, like, you're not just here to play a sport. You are here to represent the Vandegrift name in the classroom by doing your work, doing it to the best of your ability, and honoring your namesake by how you do everything, and honoring yourself too and your family. So that's probably a lot, and just kind of making good grades, but I think that is a key component to having a complete football program.
And we welcome you back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. Merle Bertrand, Matt Sanders here. Brian Spielis down on the sidelines. No band, no Vic the Viper in the second half with the win, but the Vipers get it done anyway. Created their own energy, Matt, and get the big win tonight, 44-34. We're going to hear from Coach in a second, but this is a big win for this program and this team, especially this year's team.
Yeah, this is, we talked about it right before the break and everything. This is one of those wins you reach back and you pull from when you're in the playoffs, and you can think back to those times in those tough games. Every team needs those kind of, you made it moments, and this game was one of them. This is one of the times where just a tough fought game, all sides of the ball, everybody did their job, came out with a win against a great football team, and that what needed to happen tonight, and that's what the Vipers did. So very happy with this one, and excited to see the Vipers finish off the rest of their district play and hopefully come away with that district title.
Well, let's hear what Coach Sanders had to say about this big win. Brian Spielis caught up with him down the sidelines about 4 or 5 minutes ago. Let's hear what Coach had to say about the win tonight.
Vype Live here with Vandegrift head coach Drew Sanders after an exciting 44-34 victory tonight at Hutto. Coach, these are one of those games that go back and forth. You just got to exhale right now. What are your thoughts?
You know, we've been in a lot of games like this over the last 15 years. You know, it's like a playoff game. We told the kids that. And that's why you didn't see us blink. You know, we've had our fair share of adversity this year. And you know what? We do like Vipers do. We just keep playing. We keep playing hard, and that always takes care of things. What a great job by the entire team tonight.
Entire team, great job. Your fan base came out, made a lot of noise. Congrats to you and the coaches. You guys did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Enjoy this one.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Brian. We want to get out of here. We got a long ride back yet, but Matt, final thoughts. One thing pops into my mind. It's an old cliche, but the Vipers can't afford a letdown now against the dangerous Westwood club next week.
Yeah, next week. I mean, for some reason, those Westwood games are always a little, little dicey, whatever it is. Trap games, everyone call them, but Vipers been favored. I'm pretty sure every single time they go against the Warriors, and sometimes it's not that easy. So definitely have a good test next week. Westwood's a good ball club, despite not being out of the playoff race. They're still going to come out and play hard. They're feisty for sure. And yeah, closing thoughts on this one. Like what Coach said, this is one of those games where, again, it's like a playoff game, and I like how he draws back to the last 15 years of Viper football. We've had a lot of games like this, and this is just one of those, another one of the list. A great win for this team, defining moment for this team. Great win.
Before we go, we want to thank a couple sponsors you haven't heard from tonight, but they're a part of the program as well. Steiner Ranch Steakhouse, they do the brand, Black Level sponsor, do the branding on Vic the Viper. And a couple of Viper level sponsors that came on board mid-season. We want to give a shout out to Learning Tree International and All Good Chiropractic. So make sure that they know that they are appreciated. That's going to do it for us tonight. And again, special thanks to Kimberly Lombard and the Vandegrift Football Booster Club and all the sponsors that you've seen and heard from tonight. We'll be back with you next Friday night when the Vipers face the Westwood Warriors from Monroe Memorial Stadium. From our broadcast partners, Hank Hudson and Matt Sanders. Hank, have a safe trip back and hope to see you next week. Brian Spielos, our sideline reporter. Christina Weber-Bertrand, our QA and Vype Communications Director. Our technical director, Sina Vincott. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Hutto Memorial Stadium, where the Vandegrift Vipers have outlasted the Hutto Hippos in a thriller, 44-34. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week for more Viper football right here on Vype Live. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network, presented by our Playmaker sponsors, Independence Title, Wayne Weigelt with State Farm, and Chicken Express at 4 Points. Vandegrift Vipers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our Black Level sponsors, Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. And our White Level sponsors, Amanda Newman Interiors, Austin Dental, Card My Yard, Floor Coverings International, Rudy's Barbecue, Texas Family Physicians, Texas Malibu, and Tiff's Treats. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Vype Live.